All right, we're getting started here.
Yup.
Allow me to introduce y'all to DCGP Karpacz. I think that's how you pronounce it. Today we're at round 4 of AE events. As y'all know by now, we're going to be doing some crazy drifting here, and I think it's going to be a very interesting track here because it has a lot of interesting decels, uphill climb. You got to do a little zigzag, and then we've got a massive corner, like we just showed a little bit earlier here. So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of upsets here on this map, and we'll see. I think it's going to be very interesting in general.
Yeah, it's a super technical track. Definitely one of my top 3 tracks I like to drive on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Here we go. It's Ninja versus Polish. Polish leading for the first run. People need to get off track though.
Yes, don't stand on track, please.
Stop going on track or I'm banning.
Yep, don't mess with the drivers, boys, all right?
Let's see your first run of the day.
Here we go.
Polish and Ninja have to be nervous for this one.
Oh yeah.
Let's see how high the bar will be set.
Go. Making sure they're all aligned properly here with the starting line. No cheating allowed.
And
Here we go, Polish now, and Ninja in the chase. Coming up to that first outside here. Big entry here by Polish, but Ninja has a kind of a gap here that he needs to close. Now up the hill, Polish, very nice transition here. Can Ninja keep up? He definitely can. Polish doesn't really make it outside there to that barrier, but does fill the outside zone there quite nicely. Again, very nice fill there by Polish. Oh, and a massive crash here, sending Polish absolutely backwards, and Ninja passing him up now. Wow, okay, that's a massive mistake there from Polish on the big entry. I mean, like we said, you have a lot of interesting decels here, and you got to make sure you take them.
Yeah, very risky play by Polish there. Slamming into
very
the
risky, and
wall.
It didn't pay off, man.
Yeah, maybe we'll show on the replay what he did exactly. Let's see here. Yeah, looks like he just held his angle a little bit too long. If he transitioned a bit earlier, he would definitely not hit that wall. Unfortunate spin out by Polish.
Looks like maybe he tapped his handbrake or something there. Hold it for a little bit too long, and you're going outside, hitting that wall. All right, so next up, we got actually not next up. Now we got Ninja in the lead. Of course, he needs to do his lead run as well. With Polish now in the chase. Again, a little bit of gap here at the start. Ninja very nicely filling that inside as well. Coming up to the second inside here. A little bit of gap between both cars. Ninja does make it outside to that barrier. Fills the outside there very nicely. Again, another outside very nicely filled here by Ninja. Is he able to make it into this outside click 4? Yes, he is. And Polish, Polish tapping the wall now and straightens out. Hits the lead driver actually there. And I think, yeah, and both cars just making it to the finish now. I think that might be mistakes from both drivers. I'm not sure if Polish actually tapped Ninja there.
Yeah, we can see on the replay here. I think it's Polish's fault actually, because he's tapping the wall and straightening out, hitting Ninja, almost making him spin out, and I think he threw Ninja off the groove for the rest of the track. Let's see here. On the long one, Polish tapping the wall, straightening out, tapping Ninja, and throwing Ninja entirely off his line. Dangerous driving, dangerous driving.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, so next up we have Dills against Nex, and Nex is going to be in the lead here.
Yeah, Ninja got that one right?
Yeah, yeah, Ninja got that one. I mean, it was pretty obvious there. It was a mistake by Polish in the chase as well. And of course, in the lead, he made a massive mistake there as well, spinning out, hitting the wall. So, I mean, that's pretty straightforward, going to Ninja there. So, yeah, next up, we got Nex in the lead here, and Dills is going to be in the chase. Dills does have quite high ping here, so he needs to watch his distance, make sure he doesn't spin out Nex. And with this decel here in the beginning, this could be quite hard here. Let's see what happens next. Sending it now into that first outside zone. Deals, however, is on his door. Very nicely done here. Maybe a little tap there, sending next a little bit too much outside for the inside clip there. Doesn't really make it towards that outside barrier. Barely hits that inside, and a massive gap now in between the two cars. Next just needs to play it safe here, make sure he doesn't make too many mistakes. Both drivers tapping the wall here, almost straightening out there for both drivers. They're really sending it hard into these corners, man. And wow, next they're straightening it out there by hitting the wall. And yeah, that was, you can see Dills there at the end just kind of catching up, but
yeah,
I don't know. So drivers are under pressure.
Next had a little bit shallow angle at the end there. Gathered a bit too much speed and went into the wall, straightened out entirely.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like both drivers were making mistakes there. As you can see, that giant gap there by Dills as well. On that straight. Both drivers tapping the wall there in outside number 4. But then outside number 5, it really goes bad.
Yeah, unfortunate mistakes from Next right there in the lead.
Yeah. That's true, that's true. You hate to see it, but it's what happens, man. You gotta watch out. Here we go now. Dills is gonna be leading, and Next is gonna be chasing. Dills sending it into that outside number 1. Taps the wall there, almost straightens out. That might be a big mistake there on his part. Next is trying to catch up now. Has a little bit of trouble creating a giant gap here between both cars. Dills does make it now nice to the outside of the barrier now. Filling the outside zones very nicely along the straight. Coming into this outside number 4, are they able to keep the rear ends of this wall? You can see Dills there tapping the wall, almost straightening out there. He does gain back control though with a massive correction. Judges are definitely going to be looking at that. And you can see Next now just trying to cross the finish line. Basically an inactive chase here. I think he's might have given up here.
Yeah, it looks like Dills threw him off when he tapped the wall here in the first entry. And after that, I think Next had a real hard time closing that gap.
Yeah, I mean, it could be 2 DQs here from both drivers.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if that counts as a unchaseable lead there in the first outside zone.
Yeah. I don't know if that was an entire straighten out, like entirely, but it all depends on how the judges view it.
It definitely looked rough to me, man.
Could be an OMT,
it looked like a rough time.
Yeah,
I could see OMT. Big mistakes from both drivers.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's chaseable. So
no,
I think might be yeah. Here we go. OMT for this battle. So we're gonna go one more time. I mean, I think the reason is here pretty obvious. Both drivers making big mistakes now on both runs, and very hard to judge here. The judges want to see some better driving from both of them.
Yeah, and both the drivers get another chance at this track. Hopefully they will clean their run up.
Here we go now. Next is going to be in the lead. Dills is going to be in the chase here. Big entry by Next. Dills is on his door. Almost taps it, looks like. Now coming into the second inside clip here. Very nicely done. Next does come all the way. Oh, wow. Dills straightens his car there. He almost get baited out by Next. Going very close to that barrier. And now Dills has a giant gap he needs to close it in this outside 4. And Next seems to be going a little bit low angle there. Trying to make sure he doesn't hit the wall and spin out like he did earlier. And here we go. Very nicely at the end there by both drivers in outside zone 5. But yeah, looks like a big mistake there from Dills coming onto that straight.
Yeah, it looks like also Next straightened out between the 2 outside clips on the straight here. But we will see on the replay. Right after this clip, he almost drives straight for a while to hit the outside clip just before the long corner. And again, tapping the wall, keeping a low angle. Well, we will see what the judges say about that one. A little wobbly lead run from Next, but pretty clean. Except those small mistakes he made.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see here when they switch around. Dills is now going to be in the lead here. If all Next needs to do here, I feel like, is just having a clean run. Play it safe. Keep your distance a little bit, because Dills does have quite high ping. And Yeah, just play it safe in general, man. I think that's the way to go here for next. And Dill's almost not initiating here, tapping the wall, and massive mistake here. And next trying to keep his distance here, but I mean, Dills is just almost stopping there on the road. Again, a straight in here from Dills. Next just trying to keep his distance now, and he's not trying to mess up his own line here. That's for sure. Very nice here on outside zone 4 though by both drivers. Dills scraping the wall, but not really. Oh, there he goes. Outside 5, scrapes the wall, straightens out again. So I feel like Next did exactly what he needed to do there, and just play it safe, man. He did perfectly.
Good strategy by Next there, just keeping his distance a little bit. Even helped him out to get angle on the first.
Yeah, he kind of helped him across the corner there.
Next made a couple of mistakes in his lead, but Dills made a lot more mistakes. A lot of straightening out. He needs to check over his tune and his car and set it up for the next event a little bit better.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of lack of practice. I don't know.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like a lot of people are practicing the chase lane, but not really going from the lead lane. And it is definitely a different story on that first entry if you're in the lead lane, because you're a lot closer to that barrier. And you got to really make sure you throw it in right, because otherwise you're going to be hitting it like we just saw there with Dills, and you're going to be straightening out over the initiation line, and then you're almost, you're pretty much done there.
Yeah.
You kind of set yourself up for failure. All right, next up we have iGab in the lead, and we've got Evo in the chase here. So a nice little Eurofighter here, like we're used to seeing from Gab here. And Evo is trying out the new LFA. Very nice car.
Yeah, brand new car.
Got the Eurofighter heading towards that first outside zone. Very nicely done. Evo trying to catch up a little bit. Wasn't really online there, but now has seemed to caught up pretty well. iGab makes a very nice exit there, going all the way up to that barrier, filling the outside zones here along the straight. Now coming into this big outside zone number 4. Very nicely done here. iGab is absolutely on the gas here, literally driving the car on the edge, scraping the wall a little bit, but not really messing him up there. And Evo needs to send it here in that last corner, and he does try, but he doesn't really make it up to that door like he probably wanted to. Very nice drive here by both cars. I like it.
Pretty clean lead here by Gab. Evo needs to tighten up that proximity a little bit. I think he was a little bit late on a couple transitions, but definitely a decent run. I would say this is the first really acceptable run of the day.
Yeah.
Let's see what Evo can do in the lead.
Yep. So we've got now Evo in the lead and Gavin is in the chase. Coming up here to that first outside zone number 1. Evo going very wide there, scraping the barrier near the end. Very lucky that he didn't mess him up. And bring it all the way out to that barrier on the straight, filling the outside zones very nicely here by both cars. iGab needs to make a little bit of a surge here. He does try and do that here, but is it too much? He sends it into the wall and straightens out. Oh man, that's a big mistake there from Gab. And you can see Evo now just continuing his line, making sure he gets to the finish line, because that's all that matters for him right now, because that was a massive mistake there by Gab, and that's going to cost him a lot.
Yeah, really crazy entry by Evo for that wall.
Yeah, I'm surprised he made it out there.
Yeah, same. I thought he was definitely going to hit the wall, but somehow he managed just to
definitely made him
slide in perfectly.
It made him miss that inside clip.
Oof. Literally letting the wing ride the wall.
Yeah, so Evo does take that battle. He takes the win. I mean, for obvious reasons there. Gab sadly made a big mistake there at the end, because otherwise I felt like it might have been towards his way. All right, next up we got Sad Vibes against Janlix, and Janlix is going to be in the lead here again with the new LFA. A lot of people trying out this car, it seems like.
Oh yeah.
And I can't blame them for it. It's a very nice car. Drives very smoothly actually.
Really smooth car. Really fun to drive.
For sure, man. I enjoy it a lot. Here we go. Let's see what Janlik's able to do now in this lead position here. You can see Sad Vibes not really online here. Does try and keep that proximity high though. And does Janlik make it out there? He does. And now to the outside zones here. Fills him nicely, creating a giant gap here in between the two vehicles. And you can see Sad Vibes there straightening out his car. That's definitely going to cost him, and bumping Janlik into the wall, messing up their lead car here in this battle. And that's going to cost him a lot of points. So yeah, I don't know. Unless Janlik here makes a big mistake in his second run, I think it might be a rough time here for Sad Vibes.
Yeah, big mistake there towards the wall. He should have kept his cool and try to get close. But he was trying to risk it for the biscuit, trying to keep that proximity really tight. Ends up bumping Janlik's, throwing him entirely off his line, as you can see here.
Yeah, you can definitely see going straight there, and then he'd have to try and entry the corner, and it was not a good time.
Yeah. First time I see Torpedo Jan getting torpedoed.
Yep, so now we got Sad Vibes in the lead. Now Janlik is going to be, and we got a cone moment and a call for a rerun. Pretty obvious there. Lining up again for the both cars. Here we go, Sad Vibes now in the lead. We've got Janlik in the chase now. A little bit of a gap here between both cars. Again, Janlik just needs to play it safe here in this second run. Don't really go for any kind of heroic moves here because you don't really need to. And Sad Vibes, he needs to hope for a big mistake here from Janlik, but it seems like Janlik is sticking to his, just following the book really. Just doing a nice run here, keeping his proximity quite close. Oh, he taps the wall there. Almost straightens out. That might actually be a straighten there. That will put some pressure on him though, but I don't think it's big enough of a mistake to make up for what happened to Sad Vibes in that first run.
Yeah, definitely.
I have to see a
little shallow angle by Sad Vibes in the entry. We'll see what the judges say about that one. Yeah, Janlik is fighting real hard to keep that proximity tight. And almost taps him. Not a big tap. When he straightened out, I would say that would be acceptable. Not 100% straightened. Yeah, like we said, those walls are very dangerous. Risky, risky
you don't want to get caught up by them, because sometimes you can grind the whole wall and sometimes you can tap it once and it really matches you up, so it is not worth taking the risk unless you got nothing to lose basically.
Exactly. And Jan takes the win on that one.
Yep, Janlik does take the win. Next up we have Kebab against Middle Finger. Let's see what they bring to the table in this battle. I think I can see another LFA there at the starting line.
Yep,
there we go. Kebab driving the LFA.
Yeah, Duke from A did a really good job on that car. A lot of people seem to be enjoying it.
Oh yeah, it's a very nice car. Very smooth, very stable.
Yep.
Really does what you want it to do, really. And we have a Middle Finger bringing up a JZX 110. Also very solid choice, also very smooth. It's definitely going to be interesting here as to who is going to be able to maybe get an advantage on each other. Let's see what happens here. Middle Finger now coming up to that first outside zone with Kebab in his door. Very nicely done here. Misses kind of the inside clip there by Middle Finger. Does hit the second one here and brings it out to the barrier, but straightens out here on the straight. Does fill the outside zones now, but I'm not sure if that was because of a tap from Kebab or not. But now in outside zone 4 now, you can see him grinding the walls here. You gotta be very careful with doing that because it can mess you up very quickly here, like we saw in previous runs. Wow, really nice proximity there from Kebab on Middle Finger's door in outside zone 5. an overall very nice run there. A little mistake though by
yeah,
Middle Finger.
Small mistake by Middle Finger on that wall tap there. But really nice entry, I have to say. Misses the clip a little bit. Could have taken that a bit tighter. Yeah, kind of reinitiates, almost drives a couple of seconds totally straight. Really good job by Kebab adjusting to Middle Finger's mistake here and keeping that proximity real tight at the end.
Yeah, he really made a nice search there at the end.
Oh yeah,
that was respectable. There we go. Now Kebab in the lead and Middle Finger now is going to be in the chase. Let's see what Kebab has on offer for his lead run now. Grinding that wall, playing with fire, and here we go. Middle Finger now trying to keep up to that door. Kebab almost makes the same mistake there. Middle Finger makes the same mistake there again by straightening out at that wall. You can definitely see that the longer car makes it a lot more difficult on this track to drive. But here we go, Kebab now in the outside zone number 4. Very nicely done. And overall, very clean run here by Kebab, as far as I can tell. Outside 5 as well, very clean here by both drivers. Very nice proximity there by Middle Finger at the end as well. But yeah, I feel like he made the same mistake there.
Yeah, almost the same mistake. He didn't straighten out as much as Middle Finger did in his lead run, but both definitely did hit the wall on their lead runs. And Middle Finger hit the wall on his chase run as well. So Kebab takes the win on that one.
Yep, Kebab does take the win.
Yep, the small mistakes from Middle Finger.
Yeah, I mean, it can be, especially with the longer cars, it can be quite tricky there to get onto that straightaway, but also get to the outside of that guardrail.
Yep.
And you gotta know what you're doing.
Ruskov and Senswai lining up. Ruskov in the lead. Senswai back from the dead.
This is gonna be a pretty interesting run here. See Ruskov now with the initiation. Very nicely done there, filling the outside zone completely. Does also hit the inside clip number 1. Some people have been missing that. Now makes it out to that barrier. Doesn't straighten out there. Very nice transition here, filling the outside zones. A massive bump here by Senswai though. Is he gonna mess with him too much? I don't think so. Rusk is now grinding the wall like he does not care about it. And Senswai needs to get this proximity a little bit tighter here at the final outside zone number 5. Creates a little bit of a gap actually in the last corner, and that might be I don't know, I feel like he should have closed that up there at the final corner. We've seen a lot of people closing it up.
Yep, yep.
Didn't look like he was able to.
Seemed like Rusko had a really nice fast speed through the track, really smooth. Could have went a little bit wider on that clip just before the long wall clip, but that wall ride was pretty crazy. Really risky play by Ruskov, but really nice lead and really nice chase by Senswai, being that rusty.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was playing very aggressive there, but also keeping his distance where needed. So we go now. Senswai is going to be in the lead. Rusky's going to be in the chase now. Senswai setting out to that first outside zone. Kind of having a little bit of trouble there getting up the hill. You can almost see the car stalling. Now bring it out to this barrier. Very nicely done here by both cars. Putting the outside zones there. I feel like Rusk could be a little bit more mashing with the angle here. But now into outside zone number 4. Could be a little bit closer there to the wall there with the S15. Rusk here doing a massive leap now towards Senswai's door and closing up that gap near the end. I mean, very clean runs here from both drivers, I'd say.
Very clean, very clean. And Senswai takes the win on that one?
Yeah. I guess the small mistakes here by Ruskov and yeah, I just feel like Ruskov had a little wall, kind of like little tap, and he did not feel the outside number 3 just before the big corner. I don't think he felt that well. He almost got bumped through it by Senswai, I felt like.
Yeah.
So, small mistakes adding up here, but overall very clean runs here with both drivers. Next up, we got N Live against Jaws. There we go now. NLive awakened from the dead as well. Let's see how rusty he feels.
Yeah, and like joining the competition.
Yeah, I mean, see what they got to bring to the table here with a Eurofighter in the lead. And he has 15 here in the chase. NLive is very much ready for that initiation. But is he able to hold it though? Yes, he is, but creating a little bit of a gap here between both cars. Jaws sending a very high angle here onto the straight, getting tapped there by NLive as he did not expect that, I feel like. And Jaws now trying to continue outside zone number 3, very nicely done into outside number 4 here, grinding the wall. Doesn't straighten out though. NLive tries and catch up to him because there's a little bit of a gap here in between both cars. Is he able to do it on outside number 5 here? No, he is not. And there remains a little bit of a gap there between both cars. That could be detrimental there for NLive.
Yeah. Pretty tight on entry, pretty nice there. But it seems like Jaws threw him off on the second inside clip.
Yeah, he really went weird on that straight.
Small taps on the wall by NLive, needing to slow down a little bit. It seems like losing that proximity on the long wall clip. Well, let's see what NLive
yeah, I mean, it could just be
desync.
Lead. I'm not sure. He does have quite high ping here at 130 ping about.
Could be. He's streaming as well, so don't know if that's such a good idea, streaming while you're doing the event, but...
Here we go, NLive now filling that outside zone number 1 very nicely here. Jaws could be a little bit more on his line though, I feel like. However, he does have a lot of proximity there, making it out to that guardrail, now creating a giant gap here because of a late transition here by Jaws. He's trying to catch up though, but definitely offline. Can he make up the space here outside zone number 4? Doesn't really look like it though. Looks like a giant gap remains between both cars. Maybe at outside number 5. Jaws able to bring it in. He goes for a massive surge there onto NLive's door, but he's already on the gas once again and going to that finish line. Wow, that's a very nice run here by NLive in the lead.
Oh yeah, definitely. Really nice high angle into the first. Missed the clip a little bit. Really stable run by NLive. Risking it a little bit on the wall. I can see he taps it. And also on the tight wall here. Almost straightens out, but manages to save it. So really nice driving by NLive there. And he takes the win.
Yep, NLive takes the win. Again, I feel like by Jaws, those mistakes there coming onto that straight in his lead run were really kind of the deal breaker there for the judges. Obviously, I can't say that with confidence, but that's what I feel like was a big part in that.
Yeah, yeah. Profelian versus Ri. Pro is in the lead.
Oh, here we go. Profelian now sending that towards the first outside zone number 1. Really nice there by Rye taking that proximity very close. But is he able to maintain that now on this straight? It's all about transitioning properly here. And he seems to have a little bit of trouble here. Does maintain his proximity, but the line could definitely be better. Now, Profelian does hit the wall there. Straightens out. Fully straightens out now. Scraping the wall. And Ryan just needs to make sure that he makes it to the finish line safely and soundly. And he does do that. So, Ryan now needs to put down just a solid lead. And he could be in for a win here.
Yeah, big mistake from Pro there. Hitting that wall, straightening out. Also, he missed the first clip on entry. Big mistakes from Pro. So we'll see F. F what?
Might be an F there for Profelian. Hitting the wall.
Could be.
It's dangerous, man. Like we said earlier. Sometimes you can just grind the whole wall down, but sometimes you tap it once and it spins you out.
yeah, folk, I actually got spooked. I thought the stream went down or something.
Nah, we all
Everybody,
good.
I forget
Yeah, we're
chat.
going out. Ryan is going to be in the lead now. Profanian is going to be in the chase, and Profanian really needs to hope here for a massive mistake by Rye. However, Profanian is almost bumping him now, trying to play. Oh my god, a massive crash hit by Profanian, hitting the pole there on the inside clip. Now Rye just needs to finish his run, play it safe, don't DQ, and that's all he has to do to finish this up. Very one-sided here for Rye.
Yeah.
Sucks to be Profanian right now.
Yep,
Big
definitely.
F in the chat for him. Very sad. I don't know. You hate to see it. That's what I would say. You hate to see it.
Yeah, I understand his
we prefer
tactics.
seeing some crazy runs with close door-to-door action, but it happens. Mistakes are made, and it goes very quick like this.
You gotta watch out for those poles.
Yeah, Ryan does take the
Drifts.
win
Thank
there,
you.
as we predicted. Yo, Magic, gifting 3 subs. Thank you, Magic, bro. Massive support coming from Magic here. Are you competing today, Magic? I don't think I've seen him here. I might be wrong in saying that, but...
Got number 1 back. Hell yeah. I'm not.
Hell
Why
yeah,
not?
bro. You're just watching in? I like it. I like it.
I got someone in the lead versus Ninja in the chase. Let's see what
I thought you
Kia
forgot the
can do.
person's name, saying we got someone in the lead. I don't know.
Nah.
They got some trippy names sometimes, man. Here we go. Someone could have filled that outside zone a little bit better, though. Does fill the inside clip very nicely. Seems to be almost lagging a little bit, and Ninja is very unsure here what to do, creating a massive gap now between both cars. And he's trying to catch up all cost, but that might be too much here. Ninja hitting the wall there, almost straightening out. Can someone just keep it clean now for the rest of this run? Set him up for an easy chase run here. Oh, wow, he hits the wall, and oh my god, he's straightening out as well, dude. What is happening right now? These people...
Yep.
Be careful of the walls, guys, please. Crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people taking risks here. I think someone was trying to keep that proximity real high between his chase and him. Literally picked up too much speed and just slams into the wall.
Wow, man. Both drivers making some mistakes here. First Ninja there in outside zone 4, and then someone... He's so close to the finish line. I think he gets a little bit too excited there and just hits the wall and straightens out as well.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
So
this
Zuya
one
with the 4
coming up
gifted.
next.
Thank you. Supporterings.
Oh, Suzuya. Thank you for the 4 gifts. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. We've got Ninja in the lead though, and someone in the chase, and massive send here by someone onto Ninja's door. Almost taps him off track. He's absolutely crazy. He wants that win. He's going to keep that proximity here. Wow, really close to door to door here almost on the straight. It's absolutely crazy. Ninja, massive angle here. He's getting hit by someone, and they spin out. Ninja getting blocked there by someone's front end of the car, and that is absolutely wild here. Messing up both cars, unable to continue now. Of course, they do have to finish the run here, but wow, that was crazy.
Yeah.
You can see that someone was very hungry there for that door.
Yeah, definitely. He really wanted that win. Really wanted to keep that proximity real tight, but it was a bit too tight, and he hooks Ninja straight into the wall here.
Yeah, he doesn't allow him to transition at all.
Big crasher.
Oh, by the way, Magic, thank you for the 2 gifts again, bro. You guys having a gifting battle?
Seems so.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, we're waiting for the judges' call, see what happens.
OMT, but Ninja crashed apparently. So
we're waiting.
I have to wait a
for
second
Ninja to
here.
relog.
Yep, while we're waiting here on Ninja, can we all get a cat jam check? I want everyone to check their cat jams. Make sure they're all in working order, you know what I mean? Get a little bit of cat jamming going. There we go, Duke knows what's up. His cat jam's working. But man, people are really running into these walls hard, and I mean, I can't blame them. This is a very hard track, man.
Damn, Ruskov coming in with the 5 gifted as well. Crazy support today, Ruskov. This early in the game. Or in the stream.
Yeah, man, we just started and people are already having battles, but we already got a hype train on level 4 somehow. What the hell?
I have no idea.
We got the scam train driving on through here midstream. Not even midstream, just at the beginning of the stream. God damn.
Choo-choo.
Suzuya.
Here comes Suzuya again.
Suzuya gifting another 5 subs here. They give it a total of 45 subs, bro. Oh my god.
45? That's crazy.
Bro, Suzuya is absolutely wild.
All this money is to repair the wall.
Yeah, we're gonna need to repair some walls after this after this event for sure, man. If it's gonna be going at this rate, oof, we're looking at a lot of concrete blocks here.
Oh yeah.
But thank you, Suzuya, man. You've been showing massive support here throughout the whole event, the whole season. So
yeah,
that's
Suzuya
much appreciated.
Crazy. Man.
As you guys know,
and Magic as well,
everything,
of course.
Magic as well, showing also massive support here. Ruskov also gifting 5, you know what I mean? Crazy. God damn, he just donated 4 euros and 20 cents. Blaze up, my brother.
Wagwan.
Alright, it does look like Ninja and someone are back on the line now. Getting ready here for the next run. Oh
Holy
my god.
Shit.
Magic throwing that train to level 5 here with a 10 gift sub. Jesus.
That's crazy.
Y'all need to settle down.
Yeah, you need to settle down.
Way too crazy. Holy shit. Magic, thank you so much, man. The support is absolutely fucking crazy. I have no idea what I need to say against this, man. Jesus, this hype train is booming right now.
This is really scam train because it's literally hype train 223%. Shouldn't be leveling up anymore, or what's wrong with this thing?
No. Level 5 is the highest, bro. It goes to
really?
after that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, here we go now. Someone is going to be in the lead again because remember, we had an OMT here. Someone in the lead. Ninja's now going to be in the chase here. Someone filling the outside zone very nicely here. Ninja coming up right to his door, however. Now sending it onto the straightaway. Someone making a lot of speed here. Filling the outside zones, and now Ninja needs to close up this gap, man. He needs to get closer here. Can he do that without tapping the wall? Oh, he hits the wall. Does correct it, though. And someone is absolutely scraping the wall here. Ninja trying to catch up here in outside zone number 5. Is it going to be enough here for him to get to that door? It is not. And do cross the finish line here with a gap in between both cars.
Crazy speed by someone here. Let's see what he does. Ninja having a really hard time to catch up and close down that proximity. A lot of risky plays from someone. Scrapes that wall, but doesn't straighten out. Pretty impressive. Yeah, someone just full sends it through the whole track. Just keeping that proximity away from Ninja.
Yeah, I mean, as we could see there in the previous battle as well, when he was chasing, you could see how hungry he was there for that W.
Oh, yeah.
He really wants to go for it. So we're going to see him here again in the chase position. Ninja's now going to be in the lead here. Let's see what someone is able to bring to the table, because he had a massive door-to-door send here in the first corner. And it looks like he's trying to do that again. And it seems to be working here for him. Ninja now coming up to the second inside clip now. Someone is absolutely on his door, though. He's not letting him go for one bit. Oh, has a little bit of late transition there, and Ninja is able to create a little bit of gap there, but he does slow down massively here for the outside zone number 4. He does not want to hit that wall and cause any more repair costs for us. Massive tap there by someone almost bumping Ninja off track there, but he is able to correct that and hold the car in outside zone 5 over the finish line here. Crazy run here by both drivers. This is what we like to see.
Yeah, crazy run here.
This is wild.
Best run of the day so far. A little bit of proximity in the middle of the track. Someone also taking a risky play by trying to dive into Ninja's proximity at the end of the track and bumps him a little bit. I don't think he throws him off his line too much. So hopefully the judges are nice towards him.
Ninja's saying one more time, let's go. He's ready for another one. He can keep going all night. I mean, I feel like both drivers here are ready for another one because they seem to be absolutely feeling it now.
Oh, yeah.
Especially someone, he is absolutely crazy in this chase now. And one more time, we go one more time, people.
One more time, another one. Another one. Oh.
Another one.
I'm a little bit too excited.
There we go now. Someone again in the lead now, and Ninja again in the chase. We're just hitting replay. We like the song. We want to hear it again. You know what I mean? Here we go now. Someone sending it into the outside zone number 1. Ninja's on his door, but someone straight out there. Massive mistake here by him, hitting that wall at the first corner now. Continuing up here, up to the straight. All Ninja needs to do now is not DQ himself here. And that's a big thing now that he needs to do. He's sending it into that outside zone number 4, making a little bit of contact there with the wall. He does correct it. He's like, I need to slow down a little bit. Hits the brakes and makes some distance there from that wall. Oh, he straightens out there in outside zone number 5, it looks like. Oof, that was a big sender into that guardrail. Did not work out for him.
Yeah, risky play by someone there on entry. Throwing it all in, tapping the wall. Getting a lot of proximity though on the long straight.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how much it matters there, because that first corner by someone seemed pretty rough. And
yeah, but Ninja also straightened out a little bit on the last corner. We'll see what the judges will say about that.
Here we go now. However, we've got Ninja in the lead position, and someone's going to be in the chase position here. Let's see if someone is able to put another one of these crazy entries here down into that first corner.
No fault, not sub only, chat.
No, take that off, bro. Take that off. And now we can see there Ninja coming into that straight. Someone is absolutely on his booty though. Crazy here by him. Doing the transitions very nicely here. Coming into the outside zone number 4 now. Scraping the wall here by Ninja. Is someone able to keep that long ass car from the wall? It does look like he is able to keep it clear. Sending it now into corner number 5. Oh my god. Almost straightens out there. Tapping Ninja over the finish line there. Crazy driving here by both drivers. And making it very hard here for the judges.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't like to be a judge on this one. Really tight proximity on first inside by someone here. But then Ninja tries to get away a little bit. Seemed like he taps the wall a little bit, straightens out a tiny bit, nothing too major.
Yeah, and
what the judges
do say someone wins. Someone takes the win there.
All right.
Crazy. Full-time
someone?
OMT. Yeah. For sure, yeah, both crazy runs by both drivers.
Yes, someone needs to change his nickname. Tired of saying someone.
It is very confusing. It is very confusing. All right, here we go now. We got Noku in the lead here, and next is going to be in the chase. Let's see what Noku is able to put down here in that first corner. Very nice hit, low of decel there, almost in the zone it looks like. And next now trying to transition here onto that straight, creating a giant gap here with a little bit of a late transition. Does seem to make it up here on, oh, next straightens out there. And now he over angles a little bit too much here. Is he able to close that gap? Yes, he is in outside zone number 4, but Noku keeping it kind of safe there. Keeping his distance from that wall. He's seen how it has worked out for others here. And now outside 5, keeping it very clean overall here, but I think I saw a few mistakes there by Nex.
Yep. Noku doing the smart here and just keeping it clean. Not too much speed, not too little speed. Just a super clean run by Noku. Seems like Nex having some small problems here. chasing. Again with the wall here.
It looks like he might be fighting his car a little bit too much here.
Oh yeah. Really nice run by Noku there. All he needs to do now. Oh yeah. All he needs to do now is basically just keep the proximity a little bit closer than next hat, and he could easily take this win.
Yep. There we go now. Next in the lead. Noku's in the chase. Next is hitting the wall there, almost straightening out. And Noku trying to keep up here, making sure he gets to the lead position again. And a little bit of a gap now on the straightaway. Not really a big deal here if Noku is managing to keep... Yeah, he does close it in here very nicely, actually, in outside zone number 4. I'm not sure if that was contact there in between the two cars. Almost looked like it, though. Now outside zone number 5. A little bit of gap here over the finish line, but overall very clean here. I'm just really wondering if there was contact there on outside zone number 4.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that one, too. It looks like Noku takes the win on that one. My guess is it's the next entry there. Pretty hard to chase that one. Smacks the ball pretty early in the run.
Yeah.
Big risk. Big risk taken.
Might be a desync hit. I'm not sure.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
It looks kind of weird. Or it could just be unlucky timing here for the camera. I mean, could be next making a mistake, they're tapping the wall, and at the same time Noku was flying in there trying to catch up here. But
yeah.
overall, Noku does take the win there. GG to both drivers.
Really nice driving by Noku, I would say. Really good tactic. Seems like you have been putting down the practice.
Oh yeah, I mean, he just kept it safe, man. Kept it distant from those walls and just made sure he got to the finish line clean. That's what you got to do.
Morrow's. This is Morrow's LFA. One of the most popular cars on this run.
Here we go now. Ryu sending it into that first corner with Evo chasing. A little bit of a mistake there from Ryu, it seems like. Missing that inside clip there. Does make it out to the barrier. Almost straightens out here on the straightaway. Evo now needs to close his gap in outside zone number 4. Massive tap here into the wall by Ryu. Almost sending Evo into the wall because it looks like it's just desync. And there's a giant gap here between both cars now. Evo needs to clean this up. He is not able to, however. And there's a big gap here when the cars cross the finish line.
Yeah. I would say really shallow angle by Ryu. I would definitely like to see a lot more angle from him. And that's probably why he was creating this huge gap. Also missing that second inside clip. Literally driving straight on the third clip.
Yeah.
Really shallow entry towards the wall. Yeah. But
Evo just not able to keep up, man. Evo was going for the angle game, but kind of backfired on him, it seems like.
Yeah, I would definitely say this is really hard to chase.
Yeah. All right, next up. I mean, you know, we got Evo now in the lead. Oh, I keep saying next up. I don't know why. But here we go now. Evo sending into that first corner. Oh, massive tap here by Ryu. Sending Evo absolutely into the wall, making him straighten out now. Both drivers do need to go to the finish line and obviously finish their run, but that's a massive mistake there by Ryu, sending Evo into that wall. And yeah, I mean, I don't know here. Actually, that might be looking pretty good now for Evo, because Ryu just threw away any kind of advantage if he had some from that lead run. And it's going to be quite hard to judge here because I feel like there was a lot of mistakes made in this battle so far, but
yep,
I am not sure.
Big tap from Evo there, throwing Evo, Ryu throwing Evo totally off his line. But Evo definitely running the track with a lot more angle. Definitely a more acceptable line in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like Evo ran a really clean line there after that.
Yep.
And you can see both drivers now talking in chat as well, asking if Ryu asking if he hit him. And Evo does confirm that
he can just
that there was
pull
contact
up the stream and watch that.
Yeah. And yeah, just say one more time. So Mistakes here by both drivers, and the judges are unable to make a good decision here on who should take this win.
Yeah.
Makes sense, honestly. It was kind of weird runs by both. So I definitely agree here on this one more time. Ryan now going to be in the lead again. Evo is going to be in the chase with the LFA. Very nice car. Here we go. Ryan now sending into that first corner, grinding the outside wall there, making up to that inside clip. And Evo now needs to close up this gap that's been created here. Ryu does make it out to that barrier very nicely here, filling the outside zones, and there's a giant gap here between both cars. Ryu already sending into outside zone number 4. Big tap there on the wall though, getting him offline. And Evo needs to really close this gap, man. There's a giant gap here between both cars, and that's a big mistake here from Evo. He seems to not be able to keep up that low angle kind of speed here that Ryu's bringing to the table.
Yeah, I'm agreeing a little bit with chat here. I think Ryu's driving with the too shallow angle, and it's literally he's trying to escape from the chase car. I would call this an unchaseable lead, because he's literally not giving Evo any chance to get close even. And he's tapping walls, how fast he's driving, barely able to control his own car. So I don't know.
Yeah, you can see the massive tap there in outside 4. So
I think if Ryu slowed his car down a little bit and put down some more angle, he would definitely have a more stable line. But
yeah, I mean, you could see there at the end how Evo crossed the line with a lot of angle and Ryu basically no angle.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sure the judges have noticed that as well. And they'll probably, I don't think he's going to be getting as much points as the speed may indicate.
Yeah.
Here we go now. Evo in the lead. Ryu in the chase. Let's see what Evo is able to put down here. Oh, Evo seems to be stalling out there. Gets a little tap there from Ryu saying, let's get up this hill, buddy. And Evo is taking full advantage of it now, sending it absolutely down this straight at very high speed. However, Ryu seems to be catching up pretty nicely here. Is he able to hold it clean here in outside number 4? Yes, he does. Evo, I'm not really going slow there in that final corner. Was that me? I feel really slow there from Evo. I'm not sure what Evo is running here for handling, but
yeah,
that seemed really slow there coming out of outside zone number 4. It kind of caught me off guard there.
I don't really agree with the judges on this one, because he's literally tapping the wall and tapping Evo on entry, and he's tapping him on the second inside clip here. And he's literally driving straight to catch up and reinitiating after the chase. So I would not give Ryu the win here, but the judges do their thing. And yeah, Ryu takes the win.
Ryu does take the win there. Yep. I mean, I would say that in the lead run there by Evo, he did almost stall coming up that hill, and the only reason I feel like he got up the hill is because he got tapped. Yeah, so I don't know. It looked really rough there for Evo trying to get up that corner, because he was really on the inside line there.
Nah, he got tapped. That's why he over-rotated, and then he got tapped again.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of lag there coming from Ryu, so maybe on my screen it was a different story than yours. I'm unsure. And again, it could be the same for the judges here. That may have seen a different thing than we have.
Yeah, could be.
It's just kind of how FiveM is. However, next up we have Bubble here in the Eurofighter, and we have
Jan in the chase
in the LFA. Yeah. Also, a hard time making up that hill there. Bubble now coming up to the straight with Janlix in the chase here. Not really massive gap here between both cars. In fact, very nice proximity here by Janlix coming into that outside zone number 4. Bubble trying to keep it off that wall, making sure he doesn't have the same problems as some of the other people have had here. And Janlix overall keeping his distance, making sure, oh, you can see that Bubble tapping the wall there in outside zone number 5, almost straightening out there. That's a big mistake there by Bubble at the end, just as you can see the cross the finish line. Yeah. Just before that, making a mistake.
Really nice chase by Jan, I would say. Big straighten out by Bubble on the last corner. But throwing through a pretty clean run by both. What the hell is this song?
Copyright free songs. Always some weird
hopefully
shit.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, Janlix just playing it very safe there at the end. Well, actually, the whole run, he's playing it safe in general. I like that. I like that
Yep.
playing style. Make sure, you know, you stay close, but you don't, you know, you don't get gapped, right? But you stay close enough and you don't make any kind of crazy moves here. Not try and be a hero and mess it up for yourself. So here we go. Janix now absolutely filling the zones very nicely here. Coming onto that straight. Goes out to that barrier. However, Bubble is right up on his booty. Bubble straightening out there, though, in the chase position. Now, Janix continuing a very nice line here into outside zone number 4. Keeping his throttle to the floor. Absolutely beautifully done here by Janlix, and Bubbles in the chase now making a giant surge here in outside zone number 5. I wouldn't say that was really needed though, and he kind of goes offline because of it. Interesting move there by Bubble.
Yep. Takes a little bit too much inside line at the end there. Really nice lead run from Jan, but really nice proximity from Bubbles here on the wall clip.
Yeah, and Janlix does take the win there. I mean, this really came down to some small mistakes, and I guess the bubble there in the outside zone 5 on his lead, the last corner there, where he straightened out, that was really a big mistake there by Bubble, and pretty sure that was the big deal there, causing him to lose. All right, next up we got Reza in the lead position, and Kebab is going to be in a chase position here. Let's see what Reza is able to throw in this first corner now. Very nice here, fills the outside zone, goes up to the inside clipping point there, fills it very nicely here. Is Kebab now able to keep up here on this straightaway? We can see a lot of drivers here are struggling with the transitions, creating a giant gap for themselves that they need to close here in outside zone number 4. But you can see here Kebab doing a very nice job in general, making sure he doesn't get too far away from that door. And Reza, however, I gotta give it to him. He's putting down a pretty clean lead line here, also into outside zone number 5 very nicely, scraping the wall a little bit there, but keeping it all under control. So
really nice
respect to both drivers here. Yeah, both drivers very clean here.
Oh yeah, really nice inside clip there by Reza. Really good job by Kebab keeping that proximity. Could have been a little bit tighter. Get surprised on the straight here, but cleans it up towards the long wall clip here. But really nice and smooth line by Reza. Definitely a chaseable lead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see what kind of lead line Kebab is able to put down here with Reza now in the chase. See what happens with the two drivers. Big send here by Reza onto Kebab's door. Does hit him, almost pushing him into that wall there, messing him up quite bad there. However, Kebab is able to recover and continue to run. And you can see him now coming up to that straight, trying to hit those outside zones here. Kebab, oh, massive decel there by Kebab, catching Reza absolutely off guard into the outside zone number 4. Now Reza's taking kind of an inside line here, trying to keep his proximity as close as he can. Oh, and big wall hit there by Kebab, absolutely sending him straight. And that is going to be definitely noted there by the judges, because that was a big mistake from what I could see.
Yeah, Reza takes the win there. Kebab straightening out. Oh, BRB, you need to take a quick piss. I'm literally dying here, bro. 1 sec. Technical difficulties.
That's all good.
What?
That's all good. I mean, when you gotta go, guys. You know what I mean? It is what it is, guys. You can't deny it. But yeah, just to comment on that last run here, I'm very surprised here to see Kebab making those few mistakes. Very sad there, because I feel like if he didn't make those mistakes in his lead run here, it could have been a really, really hard battle for the judges to get a decision on. It could have been one more time, I feel like. But yeah, because Reza was going kind of inside there, not really filling the outside zone number 4, as you could see on the stream. And then outside zone number 5, Kebab sadly makes that a little bit tough there. And also that big hit by Reza there in the first corner could have been quite a big mistake.
All right, I'm back. I definitely slammed too much energy drink before the event.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
I was trying to hold it, bro, but I was starting to sweat.
No, that's all good. Took a
Here
little
we
break.
have
Now we got Suzuya,
Suzuya.
the man who gifted a lot of subs here earlier, up against Senswai. Senswai has been driving very nicely here, so let's see what he's able to bring to the door of Suzuya now. However, Suzuya is putting on some absolutely big amount of speed now, swinging his car side to side through these outside zones, absolutely beautifully filling them. And is he able to keep that car off the wall, though? Does look like he makes this tiny correction there to make sure his car doesn't scrape the wall too hard and spin him out. Outside zone number 5 here. Oh, Senswai makes a massive correction there and over-rotates. And, oof, that's going to be a big mistake there on Senswai's part. In the final corner again. A lot of people making mistakes in that final corner, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Welcome back to FiveM, Senswai. Really nice, stable lead run by Suzuya here. I think Senswai got a little bit surprised by the speed that he's carrying right now.
Yeah, you can see him almost straightening out there in outside zone number 4.
Yeah, and big over rotation and spins out at the last corner.
All right, let's see what Senswai is able to bring to the lead. And all Suzuya now needs to do is keep it safe, man. He needs to not push to be a hero. And he just needs to keep it clean here. And so far, he's doing a pretty good job of that. Coming now onto that straight, Senswai is putting down a very nice lead line here. I do have to give it to him, but Suzuya, man, he is just on that back bumper of that car. Oh. Oof, big tap there. Doesn't seem to mess up both drivers too badly. Seems like almost it was a decent tap. Yeah, Senswai now coming into that final corner with Suzuya on his door. I mean, very clean chase there by Suzuya, and Senswai put down an absolutely beautiful lead line as well. But that mistake there on Senswai's chase, rough.
Yeah, the spin out is pretty rough, and it was a decent tap here. Senswai goes a little bit closer to the wall. FiveM thought he was a bit closer than he actually showed up on screen. And I think that's where the tap comes from. I don't believe Suzuya should be blamed for that one.
No, definitely not. And yeah, Suzuya does take the win there. I mean, pretty obvious here. He had a great chase run, and Senswai sadly spun out there at the last corner in his chase run. So it's pretty straightforward there for the judges making that decision. And now it looks like we got Bigger against NLive here, lining up.
Yep. Well, let's see how these two will do.
I know Bigger has been practicing today a lot, so let's see what he's able to put down here in the lead position with NLive in a chase. NLive doing a big send here onto that door of Bigger. Make sure he's keeping up with that LFA because it's very quick now. Coming onto that straight, Bigger is... it could be a little bit higher angle there, I feel like. But NLive, however, is keeping up very nicely here. Massive send into the wall by NLive, sending Bigger just flying into that wall, make him eat some of that concrete. And now again a massive send here by NLive, sending it into Bigger again into the wall. And yeah, I mean, NLive does have quite high ping there, and he needs to watch out for that.
Yeah, NLive just harassing Bigger. 2 hard bumps here. Very, very risky play by NLive. Also hitting some walls.
Definitely hitting some walls here.
Yeah, risky play, risking it for the biscuit. But then you have the big risk of bumping your lead drive off his line.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, you gotta watch out for them walls, and you gotta make sure you don't push people into the wall either, especially when you got a higher ping than others. You really gotta watch out, man, because FiveM will get you. Right, here we go now with NLive in the lead position, and Bigger is gonna be in the chase here. Bigger, all he needs to do really is just play it safe now. make sure he doesn't do the same thing to NLive as NLive did to him. But looks like he's almost getting revenge now, because he is absolutely stuck to that door of NLive with that LFA. Now NLive putting a massive amount of angle on here into the outside zone number 4. Does do it quite cleanly though, I'll give it to that. And Bigger just trying to make sure he doesn't get gapped too hard here. There's a little bit of space here in between both cars, but overall it's very nicely done here by NLive in the lead and Bigger in the chase.
Yeah, I would say NLive over-rotated a little bit just before the wall clip, or if he used his angle to slow down a little bit, but the angle was crazy.
Yeah, he really sent up a big angle there.
Man, almost hits that wall as well.
Yeah, I'm really surprised actually he didn't get a decent on that wall, because that was really, really close.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I mean, pretty obvious there. Bigger does take the win. Wasn't really too much competition there from NLive to Other, so you hate to see it. Kind of sad when battles are decided in the first run. Yeah, but that's how it is, and that's how this track is, man. It is brutal, and you got to make sure you're on your brakes as well. A lot of people forgetting that they got brakes, so yeah, make sure you use them, guys.
That's why I prefer stability more than speed, I would say.
Oh yeah,
like keeping it consistent instead of keeping it fast.
For sure. Here we go. Batonas against Ryan now. Batonas making it a little bit tough there. Hitting that wall. Coming up to this inside clip number 1. Onto the straight now. Ryu, it seems to be pretty close there on his door. Little low angle transitions here from both drivers. That's okay. Setting it into outside zone number 4 now. Batonas seems to be... Oh, wow. He's tapping the wall. Getting pushed into the wall there by Ryan. It almost seems like straightening his car out. Does recover and make it to the finish line with outside zone 5. Very nicely done, actually, by both drivers. But that's a big mistake there coming from Ryan, pushing a little bit too hard and pushing Batonas into the wall.
Yeah. Also, Batonas going a little shallow on this first inside clip. Surprising ride, seems like. And Rye taps him on the wall here, straightening him out entirely. Let's see what Rye will do in the lead here. Produce, are you here? Are you muted?
Hello, yes.
Yep,
I'm here. Yep. Mic check, hello.
Awfully quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just chilling, you know what I mean? Here we go. Ryan now in the lead position. Batonas now in the chase. And let's see what Batonas is able to bring to Ryu's door now. Sending it. Wow, he is on that back door of that Evo while going onto that straight. Now making it to these outside zones here. Ryu doing a very nice job filling all of them. And now into outside zone number 4. You can see that Ryu absolutely bang on line there with the wall. No mistakes there. I don't think I even saw sparks there from that. Outside zone 5, very nicely done here by Ryu. Oh my god, that was a great lead run there by Ryu.
Really
and
nice
chase was
lead
very clean.
Ryu there. Really crazy chase by Batonas as well. Also, it's Fatal's Evil Ryu driving. Really nice stable car as well.
For sure.
Here we go. 10-minute break, it seems like.
Yep, we got a 10-minute break for top 16. So, you know, if you got a little drink to get, got a little snack to get, got to go to the toilet like Silver did, this is your time. Now you can make your emergency breaks and not miss a single run of the competition here.
Yup.
What do you guys think so far, chat? What do you guys think so far with the comp? How do you like the track? How do you like the vibe? Let us know here.
Seems like a really hard track for a lot of people.
Yeah, like man, I mean, these outside walls, oof, they're not forgiving.
Nope, not at all.
I see some kind of jams there. Duke is jamming for sure. Agony's gonna head out. Are you competing, Agony? I think he is, right?
Let me get a good Cat Jam song going.
Yup. Yeah, Duke, I see you sneaking that duck in there, bro. I see you. I see you sneaking the duck in.
Yeah, what do you think so far, Reduce?
Oh man, I am loving it. I have to say, I am absolutely loving it. These are some big sends, especially in that first corner when the chase driver is sending it onto that lead driver's door. It is, it gets sketchy and I like it.
Oh yeah, I just can't wait for the top 16. I'm expecting some pog runs from the top drivers here.
Yeah, I mean, like we said in the beginning, we're expecting some upsets here, so I feel like there might be some good drivers here pushing a little bit too hard today. Not really making sure they're getting to the finish line and just really trying to get to that door or just trying to get to the outside zone or inside clip. And I feel like a lot of risk is being taken here today.
Oh yeah.
Did Rye win? Yes, I am. Yeah, Rye did take the win there. Mr. Dope. That is correct. Yeah, right now we're on a 10 minutes break. After that, we get top 16. This is going to get really interesting here now because this is where all the crazy drivers are kind of like put in, you know what I mean? They kind of put away in top 16. Put a nice little treat there. Enter and practice. Yeah, maybe you could go to a static cam. I don't know if you have that.
Static cam for...
Do you have a static cam on the first corner?
No.
It would be crazy if I could just take over the stream. That would be crazy. Because I do have a static cam on that first corner.
Yeah. I feel like we need to try to set up a cam system where I can switch over to like practice cam or whatever and have a couple of static cams set up. If I can.
For sure. I mean, you can show the start line, right?
Yeah.
Now we're looking at the replay.
Oh, my bad. I was flying around the drone.
Oh yeah, the big send. Outside number 4 is what you see. This is a corner where you get a lot of that speed coming from that straightaway. After you just done those little transitions there, going side to side. But this is where it gets very dangerous for a lot of people, especially the chase driver here needs to be very careful that I need to calm down. That they do not push the lead driver into that wall there, because yeah, that's a big mistake on the chaser's part.
Yeah, this flick into this corner is one of the most important things for the corner, in my opinion. If you hit that correctly, you're pretty good set up for the rest of the corner.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that people making some very close entries there on those cement blocks. That's how you got to do it.
Also, this transition to the last corner is a big decel, and you kind of got to get that right. If you hit the right angle, you can almost full throttle it through the whole corner here.
Yeah, it feels so good when you actually hit that properly. It feels good.
Yeah.
It's very satisfying. As you can see here, a lot of drivers here practicing right now. You can go fatal on track, just kind of vibing, helping people out. Also some big trains going on. People just kind of vibing in train mode. You know what I mean? They saw that hype train in chat and they were like, God damn, we can do that in game as well. Just a little bit different.
Seems like Skyline woke up as well. He's on.
Hell yeah.
And this is the first corner with the tricky entry. And for me, it's the same thing here. If you hit it with the right angle and the right momentum, you can literally full throttle through the whole corner and hit that first inside clip perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can lower the camera a little bit, show the amount of elevation that you got to deal with going up that corner.
There's a lot of elevation here.
Yeah,
slows
just
down
to give
the
people an
drivers
idea.
a little bit.
But yeah, you can see that there's a big amount of elevation you need to get that car up after you just like hit that outside. And you could see while the lead runs were sometimes a little bit struggling with that, because after they, you know, got that decel there in front of the first clip, they got to make it up that hill, and that can be difficult if you're at very high angle or if your car is just not really feeling it.
Yeah, like this entry is one of the scariest entries in my opinion of any track. It's a lot of wall to hit.
Especially if in the lead lane, actually, because you're really close to that barrier at all times, even while you're initiating. So, I mean, that's also why the lead car has to be behind the bumper, or the chase car, sorry, has to be behind the bumper of the lead vehicle to make sure that the lead can actually swing out and make that entry, because otherwise you're just stuck between a guardrail and another vehicle, and you got nowhere to go.
Yeah, really fast-paced track, really technical at some areas.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But my favorite part of this track is the long wall clip. It is so satisfying hitting that perfectly.
Oh yeah, it feels really good. If you can just full throttle through that stuff, man, oof, that is a different kind of vibe.
As you can see, Hader just smacking the wall there in his practice.
Yeah, just testing out the concrete, you know what I mean? Making sure it's actually concrete, not fake, you know what I mean? I can see y'all trying out the cat jams in chat. They all seem to be functioning. Very nice.
Some minor desyncing as well from the early runs, I feel like.
Yeah, there were definitely some people there with above 100 ping.
Yeah.
And probably not the most stable connections either. So that's why you were seeing a lot of desync hits sometimes in some of the battles there.
Yeah, FiveM
sadly,
bugging.
that's something we gotta, that's FiveM we gotta deal with, really. Duke showing the squished FullBoost logo. I respect it.
Why squished, bro? Why squished, dude? And also we have to thank Fatal, Morrow, Winters. Who else card do we have that is new on the server? Converted by Duke himself.
Yeah, don't forget Duke. We gotta thank Duke a lot as well.
Yeah, huge thank you to all those guys.
New cars. Big shout out to Duke. He's in the chat as Duke Station. Dukey Station, my bad. Big shout out to him, man. He's been on the grind converting cars. And big shout out to everyone who provided the car, Fatal, Marrow, Winters, and I think that was all of them. I might be wrong. If so, correct me, please.
Isn't that R32 as well? I don't really know whose cars that is.
I want to say that fatal, but probably I'm wrong saying that. Honestly,
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I know we got 4 new cars. VDC spec looking
they look all
really
very
good.
sick. They drive like an absolute beauty.
One of my favorite cars is the Evo that you can see to the right, and the LFA is really nice and stable.
Oh yeah.
Really fun to drive.
All right, well, looks like the cars are lined up here. So enough talk about cool looking cars. Let's get some cars on track. And starting top 16 is going to be Rafi against Rai. That's actually might be a very interesting battle here. Let's see what Rafi is able to put down here. Gets a little bit tapped there from Rai. Does manage to handle it very nicely down the inside clip.
Okay.
Now sending it onto that straightaway. Rafi makes it very nice outside to that crash barrier. Fills the outside zones on the straightaway very nicely. Now sending it into outside zone number 4 here. Getting tapped here by Rai. Rai almost straightening out there. Tapping Rafi in the process. However, Rafi is able to keep his car online. Again, a big tap there from Rai, sorry, onto Rafi. But overall, they make it to the finish line very clean by Rafi there. Really holding his line, not allowing him to get pushed around.
Yeah, really stable line by Rafi there. Rai is really working hard to keep that proximity tight. Risking it a little bit. Really nice transitions from Rai there on the straight. But that wall run by Rafi, like he surprised Rai a little bit. And then Rai risking it for the biscuit at the last corner there. Gives him a little love tap.
Yeah, you can definitely see that Rai was really pushing it there, trying to get as much proximity as he could. Here we go now. Let's see what Rafi is able to put down in the chase with Rai now in the lead position, sending it into that first outside zone. Big tap there by Rafi onto Rai. Doesn't seem to bother him a whole lot though. Looks like he's got that Evo on lockdown. Sending it now onto that straight. Rafi trying to transition here, had a little bit of trouble there. Does make it up very quickly though in that second outside on the straightaway. Coming into outside number 4, Rai actually taps the wall there. And Rafi does keep it a little bit distance there between both cars. Oh, massive mistake there by Rafi, sending Rai into the wall there in outside zone number 5. Wow, that was a big mistake there by Rafi in the chase position. And let's see what the judges have to say about that one.
Yeah, that one's really risky for Rafi there. I think he wanted to risk it. He wanted to keep that proximity real tight and keep him close just to make sure he's getting the win. But then he got that really hard tap. Ban Rafi, he ramming. Yeah, unfortunate mistake.
We'll say though, Rai on his chase run did make a lot of taps onto Rafi, so the judges might take that into consideration when judging. Oh, yep. There you go. Rai takes the win. Rafi is out.
Yep.
Rafi is out right now. Absolutely crazy. Like we said, guys, there's going to be some upsets on this track. And this is one massive upset. So congratulations to Rai. Absolutely banger of a job there. Gets taken out in the final corner there by Rafi in the lead, or in the chase position. And Rai was in the lead position there. Wow, that was a crazy battle there.
Yeah.
And it all got decided on the second run before the finish line.
Yeah, I don't think Rise taps through Rafi too much off the line, and I think that's what the judges were looking at.
Yeah, I agree.
Rafi's tap just threw him straight into the wall, making him straighten out entirely.
Yeah, maybe Rafi is human after all. Who knows?
It seems so. It seems so.
Anyway, here we go now. We got Agony in the lead position, and we got Suzuya now in the chase in that 110 there. Absolutely speedy monster boy. Setting onto that straightaway now. Agony in the lead. Absolutely doing a beautiful job here. Really just getting into those outside zones. And Suzuya, however, he's not letting him run away like that. He is not taking it that easy. And he is absolutely mounted to that door, I have to say. Suzuya does keep it very safe though, I must admit. Does a very nice job there, keeping proximity low, but doesn't tap him, doesn't really push him offline. Keeps it very nice and clean, and good runs by both drivers, honestly.
Yeah, that was definitely the best run so far, in my opinion. Suzuya putting down really smart tactics here, keeping it a little bit safe. He knows that Agony is really stable. I would like to see a little bit closer transitions from Suzuya, but I understand his tactic, keeping it safe. Really nice run by both. Really nice run by Agony, giving Suzuya a lot of opportunity to stay close with that stable lead. Very impressive by both the drivers.
Yeah, that was a really clean run there by both drivers, and that's what we want to see, man. That's beautiful here. Now Suzuya in the lead. Is he able to do the same? Does hit the cones there a little bit. Doesn't look like the judges are calling a rerun. So here we go. Suzuya now sends it perfectly into the outside number one. Agony is, however, onto that door, coming onto the straightaway now. Suzuya needs to transition here into those outside zones on the straight. Makes it very nice here, but Agony, can he close up this gap here? Big little tap there. Oh, big tap there by Agony, sending Suzuya there into the wall. Tries to recover, but the wall's got him pretty good there. And now coming into outside zone number 5 there. Big mistake from Agony, man, in the chase.
Yeah.
Wow.
Risking it for the proximity there. He really needed to stay close in his chase here to get the win. But I understand the risking from Agony here. Unfortunate for the tap. We'll see what the judges say about that one.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Suzuya just throwing it in there. Driving Daigo Saito's car. Seems like the judges are having a little talk about this one.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if that was a... I'm not sure if Suzuya hit the wall first and then Agony hit him, or...
Yeah, let's see here on the replay again.
Yeah.
Suzuya transitions. It seemed like Suzuya is tapping the wall a little bit before Agony bumps him, actually.
I feel like just before you switch the camera, it looked like Agony did do a little bit of a tap there. And I think the judges agree with that. And they give Suzuya the win. So congrats, Suzuya. That was a very clean battle overall, but that second run made it really difficult there for the judges. As you can tell, they took their time with it, making sure they got the right decision.
Yeah.
So Suzuya taking that. Congratulations to you. And you hate to see it for Agony's part, of course, but
yeah,
that's competition. Here we're gonna lining up our Game Shock and Janlix. I have no idea what Game Shock has brought to the table. What is that, an S15?
That's S14 Matt Fields.
Oh, I see. Janlix in the LFA. Game Shock now sending into that first outside zone. Very nicely done here, but Janlix is absolutely on that door, even taps it there. And you can see now Game Shock coming onto the straightaway here. Janlix, however, is right up his alleyway. Really leaving no distance here between the two cars. Is Janlix able to hit the brakes though on this outside zone number 4? Gets very close here. Almost hits the wall there, but keeps his car away from the wall and away from tapping Game Shock here. Very clean here. Oh, massive angle here by Janlix, kind of creating a little bit of a gap here between both cars. But overall, very clean runs from both drivers. Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy run from both the drivers. Really nice proximity on the entry here by Jan. Really impressive. Gives him a little love tap there. Doesn't throw him off the line too much. But that run was crazy. Really nice wall ride by Game Shock here as well. But Jan keeping that proximity tight. Nice transitions by Jan.
Yeah, transition by Jan there were absolutely on point. Doing a really good job there, knowing when to transition and almost predicting Game Shock there perfectly.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what Jan is able to do in the lead now with Game Shock in the chase. Sending it into that first corner now. Big tap here by Game Shock onto Janlix. However, it doesn't seem to really mess with Janlix now. Seems to be pretty pretty okay with it, actually. Continues now onto the straightaway, hitting these outside zones. Game Shock, however, he is doing the absolute same as Janix was doing, keeping it very close. Oh, no! I'm not sure if that was an over-rotation by Janix, but a massive tap there by Game Shock, almost pushing Janix into the wall. And that's very questionable here as to who was at fault there. Finishing up that outside zone number 5, very cleanly done there, but outside zone number 4, again, playing a big role here in deciding who's winning.
Looks like Janix over-rotated a little bit, plus he tapped the wall on his entry here, surprising Game Shock a little bit. Probably why Game tapped him. Let's see on the replay what Jan does. A big mistake here. Yeah, big over-rotation. A little bit too much handbrake there, I would say.
Oh, wow, yeah. Janix did over-rotate, causing Game Shock to hit him.
Yep. Big mistake by Jan. He had this almost in the bag here.
Yeah, we'll see what the judges have to say, though. Yep. There we go. Game Shock takes the win. They agree. Janix made a mistake there in outside number 4, over-rotating his car. And, I mean, almost getting saved by Game Shock there, tapping him out of it. Making sure it's like, hey, buddy, you keep going to that corner, because that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
Making sure he continues.
Looks like Game Shock was diving.
I mean, otherwise,
expecting Jan to go really fast through that corner, but because Jan
he's definitely not expecting that kind of angle.
Nah, not at all.
That was a lot of angle, I mean, congratulations to Game Shock for sure, but clean runs from both drivers, I'd say. That was very close there. If there was no mistake by Janix there, I don't know. That could have been one more time for sure.
Definitely.
I could barely tell the difference.
I agree on that.
Here we go now. Sydney against Noku.
Two
Sydney
good
bringing
friends.
out the Evo. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure they practiced a lot together here. Sydney bringing out the Evo and Noku bringing out that 110. Very nicely done here by Sydney, going up the hill now, coming into that second inside clip. And Noku has a little bit of a gap here that he needs to fix on the transitions, and he does seem to be able to do that. However, Sydney just continuing at his own pace here, going into outside zone number 4, keeping it off the wall quite nicely there. A little bit of sparks here and there. However, Noku is absolutely sticking it to that door. Talking about sticking it to that door, he taps the door. And Sydney now, a lot of angle there in outside zone number 5, almost over-rotated there, but did manage to hold it together. And Noku is doing a very good job there chasing.
Yeah, really nice lead by Sydney as well. Also, Noku clipping that first inside clip, just to keep that proximity tight. That crazy run by both. Small tap after here. Yep, a little eager to transition by Noku, it seems like. Angling out a little bit earlier than Sydney and results in a tap. Small mistake.
Yeah, Sydney didn't seem too faded about it though. He seemed to be just correcting it very quickly. So props to Sydney for doing that, honestly. Because that could have been a massive tap into a wall. But he held it together very nicely here. So now Noku is going to be in the lead here. Sydney's going to be in chase in that beautiful Evo. Noku, very nice line here going up the hill. Coming into that straightaway now. Both drivers tapping that outside barrier. Now there's a big gap here between Sydney and Noku. Is Sydney able to close this up here in outside zone number 4 without tapping him too hard? Sydney hitting the brakes there. You can see this car decelerating, losing a little bit of angle here. But overall, keeping it together, making sure he does not tap him here. No big mistakes here from Sydney. And overall, pretty good proximity. Could be a little bit better on the line. But as you can see that he was trying to hold his car in a little bit. Make sure he doesn't tap anyone.
Yeah. Really stable run by Noku, I would say. In the lead here. Creates a little gap here after the straight. Or on the straight. Seems like the judges are having a talk about this one. Looks like Sydney taps the wall a little bit there at the last corner, angling out.
Yeah, I mean, overall very clean here by both drivers. Noku did do that little tap there on his chase run. Just before outside zone number 5 at the end, last corner. I'm not sure what the judges will think of that. Sydney did recover very nicely from it, but obviously that is not what they will be looking for.
Hello guys, so I'm here to explain this call.
Hello.
It was a good call. So with the initiation, Sydney initiated quite well. However, we think he scrubbed the speed, but we also think that was amplified more with Noku's inside line. So on initiation, he missed the first outside. I was inside the whole time and ran over the clip in his chase. And then he also tapped Sydney on the wall, on the first big outside wall. He was high angle, low angle with the bit tapped, and then he pushed Sydney. And then Sydney saved his tap on the wall at the end also. So Sydney had an advantage at that point. Then in Sydney's chase, he was quite good. Noku did a big extension though, so he was too far on the outside before the first inside. And then when it came to the first outside the wall, he was quite a big angle, but he low angled slowly, which was quite nice. He saved his angle, but then a massive mistake again on the transition after that, just a massive slowdown. And then Sydney also tapped the wall, but overall we gave it to Sydney purely based on Noku making the 3 major mistakes.
Yep. All right.
All right, thank you.
Congrats, Sydney, and thank you, Fatal, for the explanation.
Sydney taking that battle, but I'll say good driving to both drivers there. Really putting on a show and making it hard for the judges, as you could see there. Taking a little bit of time there to really make sure they add everything up and then see what the final score kind of adds up to.
A lot of things happened in that battle.
Good driving. I like it.
Definitely. Definitely.
All right, so here we go. Now we got Skyline against Bigger. Skyline is going to be in the lead position here in his beautiful Eurofighter against Bigger in his mean-looking LFA. Let's see what kind of lead Skyline's able to put down here with that Eurofighter. Big initiation here by Skyline, coming up the hill now into that inside clip. Bigger going quite inside there, really trying to make sure he keeps that proximity no matter what. A little bit late transition here by Bigger. Skyline coming into that third outside zone now. Into outside zone number 4. Bigger, wow, he is really nice transition there by Bigger. Needs to lose a little bit of angle there to catch up with proximity. You can see him sacrificing that. Whoa, big angle there by Bigger. Tapping Skyline almost into the wall there. Does seem to hit the brake just in time to not really mess him up too much, but you can definitely see there was contact there in that final corner.
Yeah. Skyline doing his speedy runs. Almost a perfect run there for Skyline, I would say, in the lead. Bigger having a really hard time with the proximity, but closes up at the end here. Like you said, taking a little bit more shallow line, lowering his angle a little bit just to get close. Almost tapped Skyline towards the last corner here. Really nice run.
Yeah, I mean, like people are saying in chat right now, Skyline needs to get this win if he wants to be a competition to Rafi on the scoreboard of the whole season, really. So he needs to make sure he does a good chase line here, but doesn't make any big mistakes. Sending now into that first corner is Bigger, going up the hill into the inside clip number 1, inside clip number 2, coming out to that barrier here. And Skyline, wow, look at that transition here. Skyline is bumper to bumper here with Bigger. Ooh, he seems to have tapped him a little bit there. I'm not sure how much that was Bigger his own fault or how much that was Skyline's fault. Skyline now going for quite an inside line here, really keeping up that proximity. Now into that 5 outside zone. Wow, okay, big bump there by Skyline, sending Bigger into the wall, it almost seems like. And those are some pretty big mistakes there by Skyline.
Yep,
from what I could see.
Bigger is trying to keep it smooth here. Feels like Skyline was risking it a little bit too much. And he's almost locking Bigger up. He can't do his line properly. And also bumping him at the end here. So again, I don't really agree with the judges on this one.
Yeah, judges say Skyline takes the win.
I feel like all the mistakes that Bigger made were Skyline's fault, so he's not letting him transition right there. And then at the end, he's literally bumping him. So.
Okay, technical difficulties there a bit. I joined the VC and I was still talking in judges somehow.
Oh, okay.
But,
Crazy.
So, yeah, so he called Skyline. That Skyline had a very sick lead. He only made one mistake in his lead, which was the final clip. He tapped off the wall a bit, but he got back into the clip. In Bigger's chase, he was quite poor. He was just trying to keep up the whole time, but it was a lot of mini mistakes, like such as missing clips, low angling, big corrections with angle. And then in Bigger's lead, very good initiation, but overall he was quite slow. In the midsection is where he made the mistake. He transitioned weird off the first outside, and then he straightened basically. Caused Skyline to be really slow. Then second outside, the big one, he's doing pretty well. Nice clip, and then Skyline hits him on his screen. So it was quite a small tap. We think Bigger pulled the name off. He did a pretty big correction into the wall himself. So we said Skyline.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, you can see that the whole run, Skyline putting a lot of pressure down Bigger's door.
Yeah.
And overall, that was a very close run for both drivers, I'd say.
Yeah,
that was a very interesting battle. I will say that. I'm just really just kind of looking at the replay here.
Yeah, same, bro.
Screen,
like I'm
just going over it real quick because that was a really hard decision there to make. I'm sure for the judges as well.
To me, it looked like Bigger was going okay speed, but if he was going a bit too slow,
I mean, I have seen some of these LFAs go pretty slow. Actually, I didn't expect that myself from driving it, but I feel like some people are going slower than others. I'm not sure if that's intended or not, or maybe they forget their handling, or maybe they forget something else. But here we go. Juicy now against Reza. Juicy bringing it in onto that Eurofighter. Is Reza able to keep up here? So far doing a very nice job here, sticking to that door of Juicy. Juicy now coming onto that straight away, holding that gas absolute pedal to the metal, sending it down that straight. Now you can see Reza making a big correction here into outside zone number 4. Is he able to? He does tap Juicy multiple times here, but Juicy is just holding onto that wheel, making sure he does not spin out there, and making sure he can continue his lead run here. And you can see Reza there making a big surge there towards the inside of Juicy's door, but it's not enough really to close up that gap, and really sacrificing a lot of line there to get proximity.
Yep, I agree on that. Reza fighting really hard to keep that proximity real tight. Juicy just full sending it through the whole track. Really impressive run by Juicy here. Small tap by Reza, nothing too major, but he goes a little shallow angle here, tries to take the inside a little bit too hard just to keep that proximity.
Yeah, I mean, overall, very clean run there by Juicy. Reza seems to be kind of struggling there to keep up, but let's see what Reza is able to put down now in the lead position with Juicy going to be chasing here. All that Juicy really needs to do is just stick it to that door of Reza and make sure he gets to that finish line without making any major mistakes, I feel like. Here we go now, Reza sending it down that straightaway, hitting that outside zones there, doing that side-to-side action. Now Juicy, does he make any big mistakes? And no, he keeps it very safe here in outside zone 4. Almost maybe a little bit too safe here because he has not got a lot of proximity now compared to Reza. And Reza sending it outside zone number 5. And Juicy, again, not really getting that deep proximity. But I will say Reza does have high ping, about 150 ping. So maybe he's respecting the ping. I can see that happening. But I think he respected it too much because Reza takes the win there. Very interesting here.
Yeah, it looks like Reza is taking the win on this one.
Yeah.
Its proximity. Looks like Juicy was keeping it a bit too safe.
So, we have gone with Reza for our choice here. The biggest mistake was when we saw Juicy in the midsection, his lead. He tapped the wall coming out of the first inside, and then the whole midsection was just very shallow clips and a big dive. Reza did so well on that dive to keep up with him there. Reza did make a mistake on his chase on the final clip where he kind of entered too sharp, kind of tapped the wall, went inside. But we think his lead overall was just perfect, and Juicy was also able to keep him well there. So overall, Reza.
All right, there you go. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Fatal. And congrats, Reza.
Yeah, I mean, very interesting run there, but
oh yeah, definitely.
I also felt like I felt like Juicy was a little bit too passive there in that chase, man. I feel like he could have done a lot more, seeing his speed on the lead run, but like Fatal said, he was going quite low angle there. Either way, now we got Sanity against Ryu. Ryu just okay, desync sending it into the wall. Okay. Looks like Ryu has some connection issues now, but Sanity is not having any of it. He's just continuing full throttle. And you can see Ryu making massive sacrifice here to really get up to that door again. Now making it to that door outside zone number 4, but loses it. Has to make another big correction here on his angle to really sacrifice a lot of it to get to Sanity's door here. Does make it through outside zone 5 very nicely though, but I feel like there was some mistakes there by the chase car for sure.
Yep, definitely. Kind of self-explanatory here. Ryu going hard, then he's going too weak.
Yeah, Ryu seemed to really be playing with his speed there to kind of match proximity, but seemed really inconsistent to me.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit scared there on the long wall clip.
Yeah. Here we go now, Ryu in the lead position. Oh, big mistake there by Ryu, hitting that wall, and Sanity tries to make the best of him, giving me a little off tap here, like, hey boy, keep her going, all right, we're gonna go to the finish line here. And there is a massive gap now between the two cars, but Ryu's almost straightening out here, and Sanity is really unsure what to do here now, because he has a giant gap that he needs to fill up. And Ryu now scraping the wall a little bit there. Sanity, however, making a big leap here, and Ryu looks like he's just eating the wall. Yeah, it looked like he was grinding the wall there, straightening it out, and pretty straightforward there. Sanity does take the win.
Yep.
I am back, guys. So, you guys probably know, we chose Sanity. Overall, very good lead, Sanity. Rio was trying to keep up and chase quite a lot. It wasn't working too well. He transitioned very early and made quite a few mini mistakes. Then in Ryu's lead, he was lagging it really bad. We didn't really get to see much. The entry looked like he hit the wall and then reinitiated, but it could have been different his screen, because as we see from the other walls, he's kind of hitting them and get back in the angle. But for sure, the final clip, he definitely hit the wall and straight. He was straight from the middle of that all to its end, so that's a 0. So we chose Sanity.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Congrats, Sanity, and thank you, Fatal.
Yep. All right. Next up, we got Boost House Hater showing up with his JSX 110. I'm really excited to see what Hater's got to bring to this track against someone. Now, we've seen someone here doing some crazy battles already, but let's see what he can bring to Hater's door in the chase position. Hater's going to be in the lead here, sending into that first corner. Very nicely filled here by Hater. Absolutely fully fills that first outside zone, Inside clips looking very nice here. And someone going very low angle here, trying to catch up to that door of Hater. Hater almost taps that LiPo, actually. Looks like Hater's having a little bit of connection issues. And someone does try to make the best of it here in the outside zone number 4. Trying to catch up to that door, sacrificing a little bit of angle there. Massive surge here by someone onto Hater's door, trying to catch up there in the outside zone number 5. Doesn't really seem to be able to achieve that, though. A little bit of gap there when they cross the finish.
Yes, someone seems to be struggling a little bit against Hater here. Really nice stable driving by Hater. Seems like he had a tiny bit of lag. I think someone got surprised by this pole here. Really nice transition from someone right there. Angles out a little bit to catch up. Big dive towards the last corner, but doesn't really close down that proximity.
I mean, overall, very clean runs here by both drivers.
Oh, yeah.
Someone keeping nice proximity throughout the whole run, and Hader really nice filling up all those zones and getting all the clipping points here. Now, someone in the lead. Seems like he was handbraking there towards that wall. Didn't really fill that first inside zone greatly. Did get to it, though. Now coming out. Oh, Hader straightens up there, hitting that barrier. Getting caught a little bit off guard here by someone's line, it seems like. Now into outside number 4. Is Hader able to hold it to that door? He does seem to be able to hold it, as someone is just absolutely banging that wall. Really trying to take some chunks out. And Hader now. Ooh, wow. Big mistake there by Hader. Pushing someone into the wall there at the end, just before the finish line. On outside zone number 5. So big mistake there by Hader.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that's going to cost him.
Yeah, someone takes the win, so it costs him the run right here.
Yeah, you hate to see him, man. Damn.
It seems like these Kias are really, really hard to chase. People.
So we have unfortunately to go with SN1 on this. It was quite a throw from Hader, in our opinion. He was doing so well, but he just pushed too hard twice in the chase. Just killed SN1, unfortunately. Yeah, really it. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But we had to go with SN1 on this.
It happens. Thank you, Fatal.
It happens.
No problem.
Thank you. Well, congratulations. Someone just
someone
picks that up and puts it in the bag. Easy. Unfortunate by Hader. He should have kept his cool a little bit towards the end right there. But it happens.
I mean, I think he was feeling the pressure, making some mistakes, making some sacrifices there, and they can be expensive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, next up should be interesting as well. We got Ryu, Rai against Suzuya. So both pretty aggressive drivers here, as we've seen before in the runs. Let's see what they're able to do against each other, though. Because we got Suzuya now in the chase. Rai is going to be in the lead here. Very nice entry here by Rai. Also that first inside clip looking very clean. Bringing it out to that guardrail. Very nicely here by both drivers. Now a little bit of a gap here that Suzuya is quick to close, though. Coming into outside zone number 4 now. Suzuya almost taps him there, but keeps his car perfectly under control, however. And, whoa, wow, Rai straightening up there at the end of zone 4. And now Suzuya just needs to get clean towards that finish line, and he sure does. Holding a little bit of a gap there, but I think that's okay, because there was a massive mistake there by Rai on the end of outside zone 4.
Yeah, big mistake. Tapping that wall. I think Suzuya also was close to tap that wall and straightening out in his chase behind Ryu at the same area. But it looks like he let off the gas a little bit and slowed down his car. So he could get that grip up and not straighten out entirely. Unfortunate for Rai there.
I mean, I'll give it to Suzuya, man. He's got a lot of self-control. He stays calm during these runs. And like you see there, it pays off. Like, some people might have panicked when Rai hit that wall, but he kept it cool. Made sure he got good proximity there in outside zone 5. And now here we are sending it into the first outside zone here by Suzuya. Could have filled it a little bit more, though. Missing the second inside clip there. Quite a big mistake there by Suzuya. However, Rai now trying to keep it to that door. Coming into inside zone, or outside zone number 4, sorry, my bad. And Rai needs to sacrifice a little bit of line there to catch up to that door again. Oh, very close there by Rai onto Suzuya's door, almost tapping him out of the corner, but I think he managed to find the brakes quick enough to save that from happening.
Yeah, Suzuya takes the win on this one.
Man.
All because of Rai's. Yep.
It's Evo moment is over, boys, with a heavy heart. So, Suzuya wins.
Unlucky, Fatal.
Yeah, so Suzuya wins. Rai was very good at his chase, and his lead was amazing. It's that one mistake where he hit the wall just at the end of straight, and that really set it over. And that Suzuya very nice, but he did miss the first or the second inside.
Yeah, second inside.
But yeah, other than that, very sick runs. Unfortunate Evo moment over, but congrats Suzuya.
Yeah,
I mean, Sydney's still in.
Sydney's still on.
I got no hope, bro. Good luck.
Thank you, Fatal.
Fucking rip.
As you can see there, Fatal Shock. A lot of hope here for Sydney going up against Game Shock. An absolute titan.
Yeah, Sydney's got a battle in front of him, but I actually believe in Sydney. I think he can do it. I think he can do it. Prove me wrong, Sydney. Let's go.
Get your cat jams in chat if you believe Sydney can do it. Let's see what GameShock, however, is able to bring to the table. I mean, GameShock is known for a drift discipline, as they call it, and he just stays calm, man. This man is ice cold. I'm telling you, he keeps it real on the track. There we go. Now Sydney in the chase. GameShock sending a massive entry there onto the outside zone. Sydney now really needs to hold that to that door along the straight end here. GameShock seems to be a little bit laggy there, coming onto that straight, and Sydney looks like he got caught off, but quickly makes it up. And now sending into this very important outside zone number 4 here. Well, a lot of mistakes are made. You can see Sydney there grinding the wall with a massive Evo wing. And is he able to transition fast enough here for outside zone number 5? He is, but he almost taps GameShock there. A little bit low angle, but keeping himself off that car. Wow, that was a really crazy run here by both drivers. GameShock in lead very clean, and Sydney in the chase very close.
Dangerous dive by Sydney at the end there. You like the lag surprised Sydney a little bit. So he lost a lot of proximity here. Also bumped him on my screen at least. But definitely a good
at least he got very close.
Oh yeah. Giving GameShock a run for his money. A pretty risky play towards the last corner there. But he didn't bump him.
Yeah. I mean, you could see that when they crossed the finish line, Sydney was instantly on that on that rear end of GameShock there, tapping it away. But there we go now, Sydney in the lead. Let's see what GameShock is able to put up to Sydney's door here. Sydney, very nice entry here, coming into that first outside zone, now into the first inside clip here. Very nicely done. However, GameShock is just on his door throughout that whole second inside clip. Now coming up the straight into these outside zones. GameShock making a very good chase here. And Sydney, again, grinding that outside, making it very dangerous for himself. A little bit taps there from GameShock. Oh, wow. That looked like a massive mistake here from GameShock. Tapping Sydney off the track and sending him through the fences and hitting all the spectators. Crazy run here. And I'm not sure. We're going to have to see the replay on that.
But, depending on what the judges say, Evo Dream might be alive, it seems like. Let's watch the replay and see what happens. Really tight driving from GameShock here. Predicting those transitions. Like Sydney's riding the wall a little bit, but GameShock bumping him.
Yeah, those were definitely taps there from GameShock.
Oh yeah. I
didn't see Dream might be alive.
Yep. I didn't see Sydney slow down too much or anything like that. Just looks like GameShock just closes in on him a little bit too fast, and maybe because of GameShock's lag, the bump became bigger than it was.
Yeah, I feel like it was definitely a very tiny mistake, but it was definitely a little bit too much there for Sydney. And you can see Sydney was trying to countersteer there. It wasn't like he was turning in or whatever to like dramatize it.
Reduce, bro, you were right. Evo moment is alive. Okay, so we chose Sydney purely based on GameShock has such a sick chase, but when it came to that wall, in our opinion, GameShock tapped him twice. We don't know if it was desync or what, but Sydney was maintaining his angle. His initiation was kind of slow, but he maintained the speed and it was going pretty smooth. Then when he got to that middle part of the wall, we thought he tapped the wall and went out, but on replay you can see that GameShock tapped him once, then the angle went high, then one more tap, and he bounced off the wall and went straight.
Yeah.
So we have gone with Sydney on that wall area.
Yep. That's very straightforward there. Evo is alive.
Evo is alive.
Evo is
crazy.
For now.
Thank you, Fatal.
No problem.
Yeah, congrats,
there you go.
Sydney,
the tiniest mistake turning out to be massive.
Oh yeah. Congrats, Sydney. Unfortunate for GameShock right there.
Yeah, GameShock said in the chat that apparently when that happened, Sydney's ping jumped up to 100 for him. So could have been a little bit desync. Just FiveM, unlucky, man. Unlucky. You hate to see it.
Yep.
However, we got to keep moving on. Next up, we got Skyline against Reza. I feel like it's going to be a very interesting battle here. And now Skyline entering that first outside zone very nicely, coming into that inside clip. Reza, however, sticking it to his door, making sure he doesn't run away. And wow, that's a really close transition there by Reza onto Skyline's bumper almost, taking it freaking off, it looks like. And now very nicely done here by Skyline in the outside zone number 4, really getting close to that wall. And Reza trying to keep up here, has to make a little bit of a jump now, does keep it up and sticking to that door of Skyline at the end there. But man, that was a really good run here by both drivers, actually very clean.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Crazy run by Skyline here in the lead, giving Reza a lot of opportunity to stay close. Really pog transitions by Reza. Early predictions just to keep that proximity real tight. Also dives a little bit. But the momentum
nice
of Skyline on the long, yeah, really crazy. But Skyline has a really good momentum through the whole track, giving Reza a real hard time.
Yeah, I mean, for 150 ping though, I gotta give it to Reza. He's doing a banger of a job.
Oh yeah. Oh. Not
Phone
right there
moment.
though.
There you go, both drivers just backing up again to the start line, getting ready for a second start here. Reza's just adjusting his position a little bit, trying to make sure that doesn't happen again. Takes a little bit easier this time.
Yeah, he
and
was
get
careful
out
there.
very clean. Here we go, Reza now sending it up to that first inside clip now. Very nicely done here. Skyline coming up on his door. Is he going to get a gap now on the straightaway? Looks like Reza has a pretty slow transition there. Does fill the outside zones quite nicely. Going into outside zone number 4 here, Reza is really putting some sparks of that rear wing of him, and you can see him tapping the wall a few times there, straightening out there in between outside zone 4 and 5, and Skyline is just keeping it clean, keeping a little bit of proximity at the end there. Oof, those were some mistakes by Reza, sadly, on outside number 4.
Yeah, and it looks like Skyline takes the win. My guess is that bump. Yep.
As Silver said, Skyline takes the win. Skyline's lead, super perfect. His chase was quite good considering Reza's small mistakes. A lot of the initiation was quite poor. He missed the clip, basically. The midsection, very low angle. Skyline did well to keep close. And then the two big mistakes from Reza when he tapped the wall twice on the first big outside and basically straightened. Skyline did well. He didn't make a mistake at the end, but for that small mistake, it's nothing compared to the mistakes Reza made. So Skyline wins.
Thank you, Fatal.
Right. Congrats, Skyline.
I mean, I'll give it to Reza as well, though. Again, very clean running there by Reza for that kind of ping. My God, he stuck it to that door in his chase run. Very impressive here.
And he risked it a
those
little
transitions
bit on
were
that
bumper
wall.
to bumper.
Oh yeah. And like I said, he risked it a little bit on that wall. Whoop. They're already going.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Sanity now. Sanity in the lead. Someone in the chase. Oh my God. Someone stalls it into the wall. Has to make a massive correction now to keep up again. But you can see him trying to do everything in his power to catch up to Sanity's door again. But very offline here, making a lot of sacrifices here to his angle and line to catch up to Sanity again. And Sanity, oh wow, Sanity seems to be hitting the wall there, raiding out again between, someone as well though, into outside zone number 5. Both drivers seem to be struggling here between zone 4 and 5. And wow, a lot of mistakes there, it looks like. That was a very dirty run.
Oh yeah. I don't really know what happened there. I'm checking the replay right now. To me, it looked like someone was tapping him. Really nice proximity there. It looks like Sanity is tapping the wall and slowing down a lot. Surprising someone.
Yeah, but then someone makes a giant mistake there outside 5 coming into it. It's kind of like really just slaps the wall.
Could have been because of the first tap. He threw him off the chase line a little bit. And someone had a hard time adjusting to what happened.
Someone hitting the cone. Cone moment. That actually happens a lot right now. We have like 3 of them.
Nerves.
Yeah, man. Here we go. Someone now sending it. Oh, he completely misses that first outside zone now. And almost seems to miss the second inside, or like the first inside clip as well. Does hit the second inside clip now. Coming onto the straightaway. Sanity, he needs to close his gap. This is a massive gap here. Can he close? Oh
Big
my God,
spin
someone
out.
spins out, hitting the concrete blocks there on the beginning of outside zone 4. Massive mistake there by someone. And you can see he already knows he's driving straight to that finish line. And Sanity does finish his run. Wow, that was an absolute huge mistake there from someone. And yeah, there you go. Sanity takes the win.
Unlucky.
Oof.
And that's where I mean, like, I would rather
happened.
be a little bit slower and keep it consistent instead of just full speed ahead, smacking walls all the time. Because as you see here, he picks up a lot of speed, transitions a little bit too late, full smack into the wall.
Yeah. He has so much speed and he's got nowhere to put it, man. And you can see that by the end of the run, he already knows. And he's just making it to the finish line to finish. But,
oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, it was overall a very dirty battle, I'd say. But congrats, Sanity, anyway. Maybe he can clean it up a little bit next time he's got a battle. Someone, you hate to see it, man, had a lot of speed there carrying into outside 4. And it was too much to handle. He could not get rid of it quick enough and slid out to that.
Yep.
To that concrete block. However, moving on now, we got Sanity against Sydney. The Evo Dream. Is he able to continue it right now?
Suzuya versus Sydney.
Suzuya. I'm getting all these S's, bro. Alright, here we go. They are on the straightaway though, and Suzuya is putting absolute massive lead line down right now, and Sydney is having a little bit of trouble here keeping up. Is he able to close it in here on outside zone number 4? Does seem like he is, putting it to the rear door of that JZX 100. Or 110, sorry, not 100. That's a Mark II. I'm all over the place right now. Absolutely crazy lead line though by Suzuya. I'll give that to him. And Sydney has a little bit of trouble there, just holding up completely. I feel like he was having some
Suzuya
speed
borrowing
issues.
Daigo Saito's car and just throwing it down the track. Really nice lead run by Suzuya here. Sydney seems to be struggling a little bit on the proximity. A little late transition towards that wall clip.
Yeah, you can see they say in the chat, this man fast.
Yep.
And he's right. Suzuya knows how to hit the gas.
Oh yeah.
Pedal to the metal. That's what Suzuya is all about.
And he's got the fast wheels on, as you can see.
Hell yeah. You got them fucking radial slicks, you know what I mean? He's got them drag tires underneath that baby. Here we go now. Sydney trying to keep the Evo Dream alive. Is Suzuya gonna put an end to it though? We're gonna have to find out. Suzuya here tapping Sydney into that wall almost. That could be a big mistake here. But Sydney does continue his run, makes a correction, continues his run up to the straight now, hitting these outside zones very nicely though. Suzuya has a little bit of a gap here. Is he able to close it in here on outside zone 4? We've seen Suzuya here with a lot of control in the previous runs here. Is he able to control himself? Oh, wow. He looks like he keeps calm and does do a very nice job here in the chase, creating a little bit of a gap here near the end. But, man, that was a clean outside zone 4 by Suzuya in the chase. That was really, really close.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what happened there in the beginning. Yeah, small tap by Suzuya, throwing Sydney off the line.
Yeah. Does look like it.
A really nice transitions by Suzuya, predicting when Sydney's gonna transition, just to keep that proximity real tight.
Actually, it looks like he did tap him there on outside zone 4, but it didn't really do a whole lot to Sydney. No. Looks like he was holding onto his wheel real tight. Interesting run here. I'll say that.
Oh yeah.
Interesting run.
Definitely. And we have an OMT on that one.
I respect it. I respect it.
They got another chance at this.
So, crazy runs. Small mistakes from both drivers, but OMT overall. We were leaning a bit towards Sydney because his lead overall was smoother. But then Suzuya really brought the chase at that time as well. It's fucking sick, man.
Yes,
but,
I agree.
Yeah.
OMT overall. Let's hope we see very good runs again.
Thank you, Fatal.
No problem.
And congrats to both the drivers getting another chance at this.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody is complaining to see these two drive again.
Oh,
At least I'm not, because I am down for another run of these two. Here we go, Suzuya now in the lead, and Sydney is going to be in chase again, keeping that Evo dream alive, hopefully. Let's see what he's able to bring to the table. Suzuya doing a very good job here on the entry. Does hit that inside clip, one very nice inside clip too as well, bringing it all the way out to that barrier. However, Sydney, he is absolutely sending it to that rear door of that JZX 110 and not letting him go by any means. Sydney grinding that wall, making a little bit more inside here. Suzuya also grinding the wall, holds it perfectly here. Oh my god, oh, massive stab there by Sydney onto Suzuya's rear end. Suzuya, however, keeping it straight. Oof, my god, this is some crazy runs here. You can see Sydney there really throwing everything he has into the ring.
Yep.
And man, oh man.
Really impressive driving by Sydney there. Unfortunate little tap at the end. But the first part of the track was really amazing. Predicting those transitions. Really nice towards the wall here. Small dive. Still giving some room to transition and to play around. A small tap. Didn't throw Suzuya too much off his line. So we'll see what the judges say about that one. But really impressive run by both. Let's see what Suzuya will do in his chase.
Absolute props to Sydney there for that chase. It was absolutely crazy. Sydney now in the lead, sending it into that first outside zone. And Suzuya, wow, he's absolutely sticking it to that door of that Evo. He's not letting him go no matter what. Sydney bringing it very nice out there to the guardrail. Putting these outside zones along the straightaway. Coming into outside zone number 4 now. And this is a very deciding factor here. Sydney grinding the wall a little bit there. Is able to hold that wall. He is. And Suzuya, however, he is holding that door. Now Suzuya keeping enough distance here in outside zone 5. And Sydney doing a very nice job. Wow, this is so close, man.
Yeah, this one is...
idea what way this will go. I could not tell you.
This run is crazy right here. Really nice lead run, but that proximity on first entry by Suzuya is also crazy.
It's the Evo moment today. Fucking crazy run, bro. So Suzuya was as well. I can't lie, he was so good. The only mistake that set them apart was in Suzuya's lead at the final outside. When it came to decel, he was too inside and deceled hard. Sydney was online and had to decel hard, ended up tapping him a little bit. That was the only mistake made in these runs. So good. The entry was good on both. The proximity was so good. But Evo moment, for real.
Sydney keeping it alive, man. Sydney keeping it alive.
On the walls. Sydney and Suzuya on the walls. Craziest today. No one's been better than them two.
Absolutely wild battle here. Thank you, Fatal.
No problem.
For bringing that news.
Congrats, Sydney there. Well deserved, I would say. Props to Suzuya as well for that run. Really nice. Really
you were putting it to his door. Wow.
Oh yeah.
That was a crazy battle there. Definitely one of the highlights here from this round, I gotta say. And this is what we like to see. We like to see these long and hard battles.
Oh yeah. Here we got
Talking
Skyline versus
long
Sanity.
and hard battles. We got Skyline and Sanity lined up right now. Skyline taking the lead position here. Sanity is going to be in the chase in that beautiful LFA. Ooh, almost looks like a tap there from Sanity onto Skyline. Skyline, however, does make it up the hill quite cleanly there. Sanity needs to adjust a little bit here. Does, however, keep it to that door. Skyline bring it out to that guardrail, filling these outside zones on the straightaway. And you can see now Sanity has to rotate pretty quickly here. Looks like a little tap or desync there from Skyline, but overall very clean. However, Sanity loses a lot of proximity there by hitting the wall, I feel like. And now he needs to close it, and he does do a pretty good job there of closing it. It does open up a little bit more at the end there, but overall very clean run here by both people.
Oh yeah. I would say Skyline has one of the better tunes here for this track. Really high momentum through the whole track, keeping his speed up, giving the chase a really hard time to catch up. Let's see here about that wall tap that you were talking about. It seems so like a little desyncy wall tappy thingy meggy or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Sanity said in chat that he's teleporting back. I'm not sure exactly what he means, but apparently Skyline saw that, so that might have been what he was talking about.
Yeah.
But either
FiveM
way,
lag.
we'll see. We'll see here. Sanity now in the lead position. Skyline is going to be in a chase here into that first corner. And Skyline absolutely straight away puts it to that door of Sanity. Is he able to hold it there, though, throughout these transitions? So far, so good. Sanity now putting an absolutely banger of a line down, filling all the outside zones here, having a pretty good angle here now. A little bit of a decel there. Rotation there by Sanity, very nice. The Skyline, look at that, man. He is door to door right now with Sanity in this outside zone number 4. Absolutely crazy here by both drivers, doing a banger of a job. Look at that crazy proximity there by Skyline throughout the whole outside zone number 5, from the beginning to the end. Wow.
Oh yeah, amazing run by Skyline here in this chase.
All right, guys,
really nice.
That is indeed a win. Very good battles, both of them. The big decision was proximity, especially, and initiation. So on Skyline's lead, it looked like he corrected a lot, but we looked back. Sanity was very low angle, kind of forcing him to do a weird line. So Skyline made a correction there. Sanity was very good in his chase as well, just he lacked the proximity, which is, he said, the lag when he went backwards. Skyline proximity-wise, perfect on the line, so good. So went to Skyline, just minimal mistakes, very good proximity.
Oh yeah.
Yep, there you have it. Thank you, Fatal.
No problem.
I mean, I'll say though, very clean run here by both drivers.
Oh yeah, definitely. Really nice lead. Gives Skyline a lot of opportunity to stay close, as you can see that he uses, and just stays on Sanity's door right there. Amazing run by Skyline.
Now, however, we got Sazuya and Sanity lining up now. A battle for 3rd place. So a winner will not be announced here until the end, until we announce the top 3. So we will not know who takes this win right away, but we'll know at the end of the event here. Sazuya now in the lead position. Sanity is going to be in a chase here. Let's see what Sazuya is able to put down here as the lead. Very nice entry here onto that outside zone here. But however, Sanity is doing a very good job here keeping up through his inside clips. Sazuya bringing it out really to that crash barrier. Doing a really nice job here, getting a lot of angle on these outside zones on the straightaway. Now moving into outside zone number 4 here. You can see both cars here scraping the outside wall, playing with fire as sparks are flying off those spoilers. Oh, big send there by Sanity actually in the chase position, trying to finish like any kind of gap there, really closing it in, making sure his lead line is solid, or chase line, sorry, chase line is solid.
Yeah, super crazy battle. Really nice lead by Sazuya. Stable. And gives Sanity a lot of stuff to play with. Proximity could have been a little better on that straight, but really tight on that wall. Really nice driving by both.
He just sends it into that corner at the end there.
Like I'm literally
chase position.
I'm literally speechless at these end runs right here. Really good runs.
These are some beautiful runs.
Oh yeah.
Here we go now. Sanity is going to be in the lead, and Sazuya is going to be in the chase. Let's see what Sanity is able to put down as a lead driver here. Very nice filling that outside number 1. Sazuya, however, he's literally pushing him up the hill. Sazuya is not letting him get away with anything right now. Really being touchy here to that door of Sanity. And it might be a little bit too touchy here. He's got to watch out what he's doing. And Sanity seems like he's hitting the wall here. Oh, wow. That might be a little bit desyncy there. He seems to lose angle there from tapping the wall, at least on my screen. And Sazuya kept a little bit of distance there because of it. I understand that. But man, these are some insane runs. Wow.
Yeah. Like I said, speechless. Like these ones are crazy.
I mean, what do we? I mean, just look, guys, just look. What do we need to say? These are some absolutely crazy runs.
Oh, harassment by Sazuya right there as well.
Sazuya being very aggressive throughout the whole run here, but really putting on the pressure there to force Sanity to letting him know. You know, he's like, hey, I'm here. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. I'm chasing you. You're not getting away. And the judges have decided a winner for 3rd position, or third position. But obviously, like we said earlier, they will not be saying it right now. We will find out at the end.
And here we have the finals between Sydney and Skyline. Sydney in the lead, Skyline in the chase.
We got Sydney here taking the Evo Dream possibly to the top. Absolutely crazy. However, is he going to be able to shake Skyline we've seen Skyline throughout the whole event now, playing very aggressive, sticking it to every single door he finds. But Sydney, he's got the Evo dream to keep alive. Let's see here, Sydney doing a very nice entry here. Skyline trying to keep it on that door throughout the whole section here, coming up the hill. Sydney doing a very nice job here, bringing it outside to that crash rail actually, and filling these outside zones on the straightaway very nicely. However, Skyline looks like he has to make some corrections. Oh no! Sydney sends it into outside zone number 4's wall and almost straightens out there. Massive mistake there by Sydney. And Skyline, you can see him there taking a little bit of gap there just to play it safe, making sure he doesn't make any mistakes. Oof. Oh
yeah,
that might be the Evo dream.
Yeah, seemed like Sydney risked it a little bit too much. He knew that Skyline was really aggressive on his door, so he wanted probably to create a little bit more proximity between them to have a chance for the win. But big mistake going right into that wall. I didn't see any handbrake as well, so
yeah, I mean, maybe he just didn't decel at all and just kind of sent it in, hoping for grip.
Yeah, you gotta respect the full send, though. You gotta respect the full send.
I mean, he's got a lot of pressure on him right now, keeping that Evo dream alive. I can't blame him.
Oh yeah.
And he's got Skyline chasing him, so. Well, let's see what Skyline is able to do in the lead now. Obviously, Sydney is here, hoping for a big mistake now by Skyline. Is Skyline able to keep his head cool? Coming through these inside clips, however, it looks like he definitely is. And he's just sending it down this straight right now, filling these outside zones very nicely here. But Sydney's bringing it to his door. And Skyline keeping it very modest here in outside zone number 4. Not a lot of sparks flying, very nice. And Sydney now sending it a massive surge here into outside zone number 5. But overall, Skyline keeping it very clean. And you can see that little friendly bump there across the finish line. And yeah, I mean, oof. These are some crazy battles here.
Yeah. Like I said, it seems like Skyline has set up his car perfectly for this track. He can really hold high momentum and speed through this whole track. Looks like he full sends it on that wall. Not hitting anything.
Top 3 is known.
Alright, guys. Crazy battles today. Holy bro.
Do you want to announce top 3, Fatal?
Yeah, so, Fatal announced top 3.
So, top 3. So, first, Skyline. Crazy. Second, Sydney. That's a prestigious moment for Sydney. First podium, I think. Crazy. And then third is Sanity. But Suzuya also so crazy today. I think the best battle today was definitely Suzuya and Sydney. Those are the craziest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really crazy battle. Absolutely wild.
Like, Jesus, bro. Suzuya, crazy, man. If they did a podium, still crazy.
Suzuya was absolutely bringing heat today to the track. That's for sure, man.
Showing the JZX90
big respect.
too.
Big respect,
crazy.
Man. Big respect.
Oof.
Yeah, crazy, man. Crazy battles.
That was a really good round.
Pretty unexpected. Rafi lost first round. Agony lost first round.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, we called it beginning of the stream, guys. We said there's going to be a lot of upsets here, and we were right. There were massive upsets here, and I love to see it. I love it.
Love to see it.
One of the runs that I want to clarify is Biga versus Skyline. I know some people might be skeptical about it, but on the last transition, on the last wall, Biga transitioned way too fast, so he didn't have enough speed. He was quite slow. Skyline was just chasing with the same speed. Biga was way too slow. He didn't decel. He just was slow, so Skyline hit him. And it felt like Biga was pretending that that was a big hit, but it wasn't. Biga was just way too slow.
He pulled the Neymar moment for real.
Yeah, literally. So.
Oh yeah, and on going up the hill, Biga was offline. He transitioned too early, and he was struggling with angle and speed up the hill. And it looked like Skyline was messing. They're too close, not giving him room. But it was Biga struggling to get up the hill because of his lead.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean it's competition. That's the way it is. And Fatal, I want to ask one more thing though, just to make sure. Did Sydney get the Evo dream? Does this count? Getting to podium?
I respect him so much for even getting that far in that car, especially since he never podiums. He never really does this well, but he did so well today. He did the most unexpected final ever.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this was absolutely crazy battles in the top 16. Like basically, beginning top 16 was a massive upset there with Rafi. getting knocked out there in the first round of
Yeah,
top 16
agony.
of like the first battle.
Even Game Shock in Sydney, that was unexpected. I didn't even expect it to get that far.
Yeah, I mean the little bit of mistake there from Game Shock and outside 4 on his chase was too much for him.
I see you, Ryber. I respect you so much. You came in from the start and you were winning with the Eva. I respect that. But you lost to Sizia. But he's a pretty, he's a pretty good opponent. But congrats to you, Rai, too. Very good.
Yes, can everyone get some cat gems for this crazy event? I think this was definitely, this was absolutely one of the best rounds I think we've had, because there was absolutely massive upsets here, crazy runs here by everyone, honestly. Very difficult track, massive crashes, very interesting actually to see. I mean, I was surprised, I was expecting some upsets, but these were massive and I like it.
And one of the things I want to say is everyone actually showed up who signed up also. So
literally everyone.
Really good.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
No one was missing.
Bless up.
Everyone showed up. It's crazy.
And you can see when there's no OMT, there's just battle. It's so good to watch. And, like, even judging is so much fun.
Oh yeah, this was absolutely crazy.
Yeah. We don't have to waste time saying, oh, he's not here, OMT, whatever. We can just keep battle. So good.
Yep, I agree, man. There was an absolute banger of a round. And what is next? Is Plock next?
YZ West.
YZ West. Oh,
And
that's
then-
actually going to be interesting as well.
Clock is last.
Yeah,
I
super
suggest
underrated track.
you Practice
Why is
for
it
Clock
super
now
underrated?
because it's gonna be AIDS after West.
Yeah. Yeah, Block is gonna be the end. But yeah, now is round
Okay,
5 coming
yeah.
up.
Hell
On the
yeah.
25th, on Friday, is YZ West coming up.
Yeah.
Round 5. So guys, the sign-ups link is gonna be posted either in today maybe, later on, or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, yeah. And the points will be also updated tomorrow.
Indeed.
So it's gonna be announced on a Discord. So everyone who's interested to sign up, go join FullBoost Discord. In there you can find the a link to a Discord, and in a Discord make sure you read everything before you sign up. And then anyone can sign up. And there's a 400 euro prize pool, guys. Crazy dollar on FiveM, unbelievable.
Yeah, for real. Thank you everyone as well for supporting. We got Magic gifting 15 subscribers. We got Suzuya coming in, absolute banger with 9 subscribers. And we got, of course, Ruskov gifting another 5 on top of all of that. Thank you guys so much.
Big support.
That's crazy support here. And man, this was absolutely wild event. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
Was so good. So good.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. So thank you guys everyone for watching. Thank you guys for judging as well. Shout out to the judges here.
No problem.
Putting absolute massive work in, making sure all the decisions are made fine and good and fair. And yeah, I mean, I got nothing else to say really. That's I'm speechless. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, see you guys on Friday, same time, same channel.
Make sure you follow. Get that following.
Drop a sub, Twitch primers.
Twitch Prime.
Twitch Prime next stream is Friday. Friday, next stream.